What's good, Roxy? What? All right, what's good? What's good? I don't really have all my scene settings on outside of Challenger yet for this computer, so this is my only scene I actually do have today. Which is fine. Which is fine. I don't have anything else set up. I just have the stream set up. But we're here. What's good, Deepest? What's good, Greg? What's good, Zach? Hey, Beanie Joel. Wow. Wow, Beanie Joel. Hold on, can I just like do this for a second? Well, let me open up Discord. I don't know where Discord pops up on this computer. I actually don't even know how the fuck to get to Discord on this computer, which is also a large issue. I can't type it in the search bar and it won't come up. Yeah, it would have popped up on my fucking, of course it would have. Yeah, Windows 11, from what it seems so far, I actually fucking hate this shit. It's terrible. Are you going to stream tomorrow? I am gonna stream tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna stream yet, but I am streaming tomorrow. Dude, I was gonna stream South America today. I was gonna stream MIBR vs 2 game, and I woke up and I just passed the fuck out. I don't even know. I don't know what I will be streaming tomorrow, like co-streaming and stuff, but I will be streaming a decent amount from what I know. I'm kind of like piecing some things together on what I'm gonna be doing, so, but I will be there. Can you stream getting info instead? What do you mean? Wait, what does it say I'm streaming right now? I'm streaming getting info versus Marsborne right now. This is 9 versus 02. What the fuck? Did it change? Did it change? Why did it say that? What the fuck? No, bro. You're not. No, dude, you're good, bro. I thought. Are we good here? Okay, is title up to date now? Dude, that's my bad. No. Good catch. Good catch, Starsky. What's 7 game delay? What's good, hacking? Good afternoon. It's like good morning for me, good night for some. We blame Joel, don't worry. Facts. Come on, Joel. No, Joel Joel ran out to grab me Zens, dude. I can't blame him today. I can't blame him. I can't. Good evening, Steve. Good evening. Not up or shut up, dude. Not up in ECL. That's the talk of the town right now. Dude, NACS is saved just because of that reason alone. No, I'm kidding. I am happy for not making it into ECL. That's gonna be sick. Maybe I'll have to get a nut game today. nut game next season. BC versus Alliance is gonna be a banger. I think that will. I know. Yeah. I think that should be a banger. That should be a fucking banger. Oh, 1 second, chat. 100% we have probably maps out. Yeah, let me get these up to date. So we're going getting info. Pick Ancient, Marsborne train, and then
damn guys, we almost had this.
Side or overpass.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
Teams of my skill. I don't think there's teams that are my skill.
ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel.
W Intel.
Acer Predator.
W Acer.
DHL.
DHL drops, dude. We don't have drops in chat though, unfortunately. We don't do that around here. And this is a co-stream as well, chat. So like we listen to the casters that are casting. Gotta piss clean, so no bud. Wait, what?
All right, welcome everybody. We are here for ESL Challenger League in North America, the NA Cup #2, and it's myself.
I was gonna say, who is that?
Here with
Okay,
Paladin here
I think
today.
Fine
We got
Extra
ourselves
was
a
on
little
last
bit
night.
of
Okay.
a fun derby here in NA, and we got ourselves Marsborne taking on Getting Info. And Paladin, I gotta know, how you feeling about
We gotta
this
get
one?
a channel point prediction
I'm
for you
excited,
guys.
man. I think this is one of those matchups that you weren't necessarily expecting when you look at the teams that we have involved. Obviously, when you look at the way the cookie crumbles, you've got that lower bracket with Wildcard taking on Skinrave, and then here in the upper bracket with Getting Info taking on Marsborne. In all honesty,
Did you get
guys,
tried
I
out? What's
feel
good,
like
Kendo?
these 4 teams should be flipped in where they are in the actual bracket. But instead, we have Getting Info with a ripe opportunity alongside Marsborne.
Dude, look at that
to
bracket.
notch a chance
What
at
a
the grand
wild
final,
upper bracket,
get
no?
ever so closer to the NA finals here at season 50, and get ever closer to ESL Pro
Chat,
League
channel point
as
predictions
well.
open.
So for me, I think this is for both of these two
Channel
teams.
point predictions
they
open.
should be understanding that this
Thanks for
matchup
streaming
is
this game. Of
paramount.
course,
Not
Buns.
wanting
Thank you
to go up
for
against
for
Wildcard
pulling through.
later on in the consolidation final, having an extra day of break on
Thank you.
Sunday, and getting prepared for that best of 5.
Thank you.
On,
Thank
on,
you.
Monday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
like you said, it's been a lot of really good matches. We saw, kind of for the upper bracket, and now just kind of looking through the lower bracket.
All right, we're good, chat. I'm reading chat now.
Yeah, like I think
The
biggest,
app is on.
surprise I kind of feel like, and I think we're both going to be on the same page here. Is the
Do I
fact
stream?
that,
I
Getting
do
Info,
snack.
They really
I
have
do.
kind of put a
Joel,
team like
yo,
Wildcard
chat,
now in
chat.
this position where they have to be in the lower
Chat,
bracket.
do you know what we did on
They have to fight
YouTube?
themselves in this kind of, again, unique position, right? Like I kind of put Wildcard as this like heavy favorite in this entire
We hit
thing.
1,000
But the fact that they have to,
subs last
kind of,
night on
in some
YouTube.
retrospect, have to fight for their lives is so interesting, right? Because,
1,000.
Getting
Never,
Info was a team that I didn't
never
really
have
think
I
was
hit
gonna be able to
1,000 on
put
YouTube.
themselves
And never
in
did I
this
think
position,
that
but
was gonna
they've proven
happen.
us
That was
wrong,
one of my
and they've been able
goals
to
for
show
the
us what they
year,
can
but
do. Now
like,
being in the upper bracket final to,
this is a slow
win
start to
this
the
and
year.
put themselves in the grand final. It's a great position for both these teams, regardless.
And Joel,
I
chat,
completely
Joel
agree,
got me
and we can
something.
get into Arcadia player to watch, and I think
Joel
this
got
will
me
center
something. A little
around
drum
our
roll.
conversation regarding Marsborne for pretty much the rest of this best of 3, and that's the addition.
It's
of
not
60.
official,
Yes,
chat,
the rating doesn't
but we-
jump off
but-
the page,
but Joel
the
got me
doesn't
this.
Jump off the page, all that stuff. But the point that we're trying to make here is the fact that this guy had an opportunity to play at Tier 1 alongside Complexity, now known as Passion UA, and
I don't know if
didn't
you can see
actually
it. I
crack
think
it
you
out. He
can.
just didn't show the level of talent that we
So
were
you know
hoping
what?
that we could regularly see out of 60.
We have a
here
play
in
button. Not an
North
official
America, this
one.
Tier 2, Tier 3 format. And now we have
But
an
we have it.
opportunity to play alongside Marsborne and power them up to a point where
Which
they
is
could
sick. I
potentially
talked about always
get back
wanting one,
into
so he
the
got
good graces of the North American
W
community,
Joel.
and they're already hitting the ground running. They've won
For 50K here by December easy? Yeah, no.
Series wins, and now they have another opportunity to compound on
Yeah,
top
that's
of
a lot.
and see if that playmaking ability from
We're at
60
1,003
giving Wolfie a
right
little
now.
more space on that AWP to focus on his scope to come around and potentially notch another jewel in the crown of North American achievements.
No, Flavor, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do
it's a
that.
really good point you bring up, right? And just the
We're on
last
a
things I
steady
wanna say before we
track
kind
on
of go
that
deep
shit,
into
though.
the veto is that
kind of-
it is
kinda
such
crazy.
an interesting aspect just in the sense of 60, right? Like you said, he was with Complexity, he got that taste of that Tier 1 experience. He was able to have a bit of a rough start, then he was able to put himself in a good little bit of performance. And then it kind of fell through again, right? And that's where I think this is kind of a unique storyline for
dude,
him,
I guess
because
just
I
let it
think
cook.
now it's going to be all about, what is he going to be able to prove, right? Like this is all about him finding his way, kind of showcasing why he's still one of these
But it can earn
in the
revenue
region,
now.
what he's going to be able to bring to the table,
Which is crazy.
And now
I don't know
that
how to
he's
set all
calling the
that up,
shots
but I
definitely
set
makes
it
things
up,
even a
sort
lot
of.
more interesting because
Let's get Apollo,
we both know
cinema.
that he was able to do a little bit
Do
with
more
Party
and more
Astronauts,
and
didn't
reach more and more
really
people every
have that
day.
greatest
It's
result,
sick.
kinda short-lived.
And I'm sure me
Now it's
streaming
like
over there
he's
is
been with the
helping,
team
like
for a
with
little bit
all
of
of
time,
that.
not that long, starting to look pretty good. They're already in this upper bracket
It's good,
final
it's good.
situation, so all things considered, looking pretty good. But look, let's talk about the maps. We can see the first
Remember
pick
the
is gonna
20K
be
mark
Ancient.
here
That's
before
gonna be from
multi-streaming?
Getting Info,
That
then
wasn't
Train
long
from
ago.
Marsborne,
Yeah, I
which,
just started
wow, that's gonna be a
multi-streaming,
lot of
like,
fun. And if we
pretty
get there
short,
and that
like,
decider,
recently.
It is going to be Overpass and Paladin. I don't know, does anything kind of jump out to you
But
as
you're
a
gonna look
big
fat?
surprise
You getting
or
overtime
big
off
thing to
that?
talk about?
I mean, this is
I
comfort
hope you
across
are.
the board for both squads. I mean, Snav is
Chat,
always taken a liking to Ancient.
I'm just gonna
no
do
matter
this
what
right now.
game
We're gonna
roster
run
he's
the
had,
ad. We'll
even
push back the
in
timer
the time
because
when they
I
were under the
blanked and
Elevate
it's not
banner.
started yet. So
Ancient
fingers
was
crossed that
very,
they're
very
continuing to
kind
yap and run a little
Snav.
late.
He understands how to mid-round and that map very
I
effectively.
forgot that was the thing.
Train's also been very kind
It
to
is
Marsborne.
popping.
That's something that they've adopted quite consistently. They've got a solid win rate on it. I think the reason as to why they're so successful on it isn't necessarily the firepower, it's the reads that they have, it's the game plan, it's the way they're able to work together as a unit on the T side and make sure that
Who's
their
up right
CTs
now?
have their
Hasn't started
lockdowns.
yet.
Now,
I'm
that
awake.
being said, you throw 60 into the conversation. How does that differ from Wolfie's style? Is Train still
40
going
is
to be
time and a
stalwart
half. Sundays are
defense
double. What if
that
you
they
work
can rely
overtime on
in
Sunday
the
though?
veto, or is it going to have a little bit of shakiness to it now that you have got a couple
That
of reps
triple?
under your belt under the 60 system? And then overpass to decide. I think this is another map that Getting Info have
Marsborne
taken a
looks
liking to.
amazing
Snav
right
has
now.
done a lot of
Absolutely
overpass when he
amazing.
was under that Timberman banner.
They looked really
And
good.
for Marsborne,
They looked good
again,
prior to
uncharted
60,
water,
but bringing in
something that has
60, I
been
feel like
actually pretty
they're on a
favorable for them in the
different.
4 maps that they have played.
They're on a different
A
level.
win
They're
over
on
Getting
some.
Info
They got
in
motion.
Overtime is always going to lend you to believe that you're fine to run it back again.
God damn.
So I think that you've got all the maps that you could ask for. In
I would
this
tell
feature
my
for
boss to
both
put me on
sides.
24 hours on
It's
Sunday.
really just the question of what 60 are we going to get today as far as the calling is concerned, and then actually on the other side of the equation, what kind of dia are we going to get for Getting Info? Because this is
60
a guy
60
that took
looking
a
good
little
on
bit of a
Marsborne.
hiatus and now has another opportunity to come back into the fold and come into an opping front in North America that is pretty lackluster. He can still very easily get into the conversation.
I will
of
say, and
being
this
a
is
top
nothing to
3
hold
upper
Marsborne
within
back
the
from when I
region.
say this,
It's just a
but
question of, does he have the willpower? and can he
if
do it on the
technically,
day?
and I will say that it's not anything against
Yeah, I
Axe
think that's a
either.
really
I think
good point,
Axe
right?
stepping
Because
up
I
as a
think,
coach on
there's
Skin
some
Rave
really
has been
unique
doing good.
storylines for both
However,
these teams, and that's where I think I go back to Marsborne and
I believe if
just
if
lightly
Skin
touching
Rave
on the
truly
fact that,
had a
60
fifth going through
joining,
because
Modem
Glacier is
himself,
benched right now,
Modem was
Glacier is
that
benched
IGL,
right now.
like you
I
mentioned
think
as
that
well,
they
like
could
he
be
was the
above
guy
them.
that
However,
was
now is their Marsborne's
it
chance
was
to kind
Wolfie's,
of
right? But Modem was in the team, right?
run
I
a
mean, he
bit
was also,
because
like,
of
a
that
pretty big
situation.
aspect to this roster that I thought I was a little bit surprised to think like, okay, he's out and then 60's in. I'm not even saying 60 joining is a bad thing. I just felt like Modem could have been this player that could have probably stayed. I would have thought, but I mean, that's a whole other, rabbit hole we could go down. But this is where, like you said, it's going to be an interesting aspect to see, like, okay, like what kind of team are we going to get here today? Can they still put up this decent performance where they have been able to beat, Getting Info before? Or is this going to be a way closer affair? Or does Getting Info just continue their reign of terror and put themselves in this grand final and just showcase that they're just running through all the competition here in
true.
NA?
I wonder if
what
this
makes it
goes
really,
grands.
really exciting for me. But Ancient's going to be a really good starting point just because I know for Marsborne, they were able to get that 13-10 victory against Wildcard. So I'm kind of curious. I think Marsborne have a good chance despite that, Getting Info went for this pick. I think this could be the bar burning, a little bit of an opening map to see maybe this thing goes the distance or not.
That what?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the conversation about Modem is a very interesting one because they had a lot of these
Don't know all
roll
shit. I'm
shuffles
reading.
going around, and it felt like Modem finally felt
Could be
comfortable.
under free
I mean,
cons
even
like
when he
24
wasn't
hours
in the roles
straight.
that he
And
wanted
say
to,
go
I still
for it.
felt
Yeah,
like he
I can't do
provided
that.
At least a little bit of a spark. in
I can
terms
sit
of
on my chair for
playmaking
24 hours straight.
that
Let me tell you
I
that.
think very similarly matches up with how 60 likes to approach the game in some circumstances as well. But removing him then calls into question. I think it scrutinizes
prove me
Wolfie,
wrong.
and it scrutinizes Viz a lot on
Domino's
this team as well.
is good cheap
what
pizza.
What can Wolfie do now that he's free from the shackles of calling? Does he still have that capability to
Prove me
opt in
wrong.
CS2?
Prove me wrong.
I'm not necessarily sure because I haven't seen that level out of Wolfie.
Good
since
AD.
Maybe his time way back on M80.
I will say,
originally, and even that
The
was
thing that clears it tenfold
and the same thing I think goes
is
similarly
a New
for
York
Viz,
dollar
where,
slice.
Yes, I think he's this soldier that is going to follow command.
That's it. That's
very
the only thing
strictly
that clears
you,
it for the
but
cheapness.
can he go above and beyond to get you that double?
And
to
stepped
get
up
you
lately.
that
I think they
triple
have.
in a matter
I think
of
they have
pressure
because
time?
growing up in like
Something
middle
that
school
60
into
might
high
not
school
be
into
able to
right
do
after like
as
college, dude.
usually
Like it used
as
to
he
get that
possibly
college
could,
well. That
now
didn't
that he's
last
got
long.
to actually take the reins
But I used to
and
get
call
that,
through
and that
it.
shit would
So
like hurt my
there's so
stomach.
many
I feel like
different
it's no
factors
longer
to
just
go
a
through
puddle of
when you
grease. I feel like
add
it's
in the
been
fact that
actually
60
like
straight up,
sustenance.
But then 60 IGL on top of that, I think just throws an entire spanner into the works of how this team could potentially ascend a couple of notches above and potentially
Doing any
God
games
forbid,
for
but
tonight? Please say yes, bro.
catapult down the rankings.
Yeah, I'm here with Getting Info versus Marsborne.
These are both complete possibilities for a team like Marsborne, and I'm just so curious to see if that Prize Picks win was a flash in the pan
Tonight, like
more of a
1
sign of
a.m.,
things
2
to
a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's I think they're a really good thing to bring up, because I think for the Prize Picks event, that was a really big thing for me to see. Like,
Oh, that's
there's
what
a little bit
goes
of history
there.
of these guys playing each other, but like you said, is it a flash in the pan? Is it just kind of the one-off? We'll find out.
I don't
We're
think
getting
I
into this
will
game
be. I think
momentarily.
I'm chilling
Here we
after
go.
this.
First map ready to lock and load. It is
Chat,
gonna be
channel point
ancient, like you
predictions
said,
still
getting
open. We're closing it out
went
here
for
soon.
this one as their pick.
We're closing
So
it
this is
soon.
where,
Hold on,
again,
I might need to move my
they're kinda putting
cam.
a lot of eggs in the basket to see that, can they be able to get this
W
win?
eggs in the
That
basket.
should guarantee them going to three map
We should be
series
good here.
if needed, but this is where now we're going to see this calling ability, and Chop does get a nice little bit of a start, but look at how fast that we see that is just picked up here from the T's. Getting info, a great job, but now Wolfie needs to be able to find these kills. A little bit of a whiff, but can he be able to solidify this? It's not looking good right now, Paladin, but he's still alive somehow. He's kept his life.
Should I turn it up?
Hopefully
Should I
for the
turn
right
it
amount
up?
of time, and now it's all down to 60, the last player, the new addition.
What's
with
good,
the
Jenna?
dualies. He has to pop off, and he has to activate to get 2 more kills, and he's been able to find it, but can he take Marky away? This is getting grim. This is getting nasty, but it's 60 again!
From the calling department, it doesn't matter. 60's playmaking ability is still stellar. Bursting in through the smoke off of that CT spawn and just eviscerating the competition. Just no.
Here, I'll turn it up a little, chat. I'll turn it up. We'll go 18 for the audio.
Giving very small 1v1 windows, but they're windows nonetheless, and a player of 60's caliber will capitalize on it. I was about to commend the style that Snap wanted to start off the proceedings here on Ancient with this very pacey setup into the A bomb site, and making sure that he can set the tempo and just kind of create this momentum and roll over Marsborne. But that's not to be.
Tweep,
You're
2-0,
already seeing the impact
Gift a
of
sub,
a player
W
like
Sack.
60 and what he can provide for a team like Marsborne. This is a different Marsborne, perhaps.
There's a different one.
Yeah, very well could be. Very, very well could be, but we'll have to see if they can maintain it. And Chop, he does actually take some good damage against Slump here. So now, I mean, for getting info, honestly, getting the bomb down would be huge. Just getting that extra cash, but no, it looks like the money grabber is going to be here from Marsborne. Not bad at all. An easy, swift round. Everybody stays alive. They make it look very comfortable, very easy, barely breaking a sweat. But look, I mean, that's a tough round in the beginning of the pistol where, getting info.
Yeah, but it's a
like
full buy round coming through.
Theoretically, really should have had that. They had all the advantages. They had good positioning. They should have been able to just take down 60, but that's what we were kind of talking about, right? Like, he's still a very exciting player to watch. Like, he's definitely this guy that I've always loved seeing just his growth and what he's been able to do in the NAC. And so getting that little bit of a moment for him, like, man, that's got to just feel so good for Marsborne right now.
Back to
you can't help but root for the guy. It's a very tough, arduous road that he had over on Complexity, and now he has the opportunity to potentially run it back. And look at him just bounding through the smoke.
Holy shit.
Joining hands with Chop, but the real offense is coming over to this A bomb site. It's Grizz up to bat into Donut, and sure, the rotation is coming, but still Grizz finds 2. That should be enough to hold the line here. Rotations come in with the MP9s, but Marky, head on a swivel, 3 quick kills. Leaves it into a one-on-one.
Oh,
but he's taking significant damage, and he's just so terrified that 60 could be lurking around any one of these corners. Fakes the plant and gets off of it, and as the smoke fades, he realizes that there's nobody. He's just chasing ghosts at this point. With a minute left on the clock.
Oh, is this overcooked? This might be overcooked.
To piece this one together. He's gonna mosey on back to this B bomb site, and
GS gotta love
60
What's good, Olin?
confident as ever.
GS been going good in CS today. Sick. Oh, bro. Bro, that was overcooked. That was so overcooked.
Marky there, but 60 will shut it down. And another clean 1vx situation here for the captain.
Yeah, I honestly just love the fact that
Yeah,
we see, I think
it is a good day. It has been a good weekend. A lot of sleep actually I got this weekend.
He's like, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't even care if this touches my feet. He's just going to run right through the flames, and he gets that opening duel, and you can see that T was just not ready at all. So this is where kind of the, aggression and that maybe like, a little bit off the cuff play is going to really maybe catch a team like getting info off guard. Like, these guys definitely play each other. They 10 man, they, scrim each other, whatever, right? They do know these gimmicks, but this unpredictability that Marsborne's kind of throwing into this, I do like it. And now, I mean, for them, they're going to have to, you know, take a lot out of that previous round they lost. They're going to have to just put pistols onto this. Wolfie's already got himself the op ready to go. So right now for getting info, you know, if they can get the bomb down, it's going to be great just in terms of money. But this is going to be a lot of a commitment they're going to have to make into this, right? They got some investment. They got some utility in the Deagles, but Paladin, it's not looking great. I'm going to be honest.
No, not at all. They've gotten a lot of space. Mid control has been granted towards them, and they've gotten into the front of Jag. Dio will continue to mosey on through, but that kill's huge from 6C. Popping open the smoke gives that lurking threat a mean right hook. But Dio's going to continue walking in. 6C there to chime in. Instant rotation.
Good, yeah, good timing of instant.
And
I'm
he's
surprised
doing it
Chop
all,
didn't
man.
hold.
The rotations have been sublime. The clutches have been great.
Just
But
ignored.
finally he gets put on his butt. Grizz and Chop will be there to right his wrongs. And Marsborne will keep up the clean sheet. A conversation that I'd like to approach is the situation of, I feel like Marsborne
Good
played
squared.
the quote-unquote
From Philippines, what's
right
good from
way
the
to
US,
play
brother?
Counter-Strike on a regular
Good job.
basis. I think what separates them from being the best team
Get you on
in
the
North
yeah.
America is, I mean, there's
I know.
obviously
I've
a lot of
been
factors, but I think a big
this weekend.
factor
I've
of
been
it
sleeping
is
a
not
lot.
being able to
Fucking
play
a
unpredictably.
lot.
And I think that just disassembles the status quo a little bit, and it makes teams harder to read into them. And it's very clear that 6C is adding that level of unpredictability to this team, and all of a sudden, it feels like they've got a little bit more to give.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, Grizz going to be able to find these multi-kills. Not bad at all, Grizz. Okay.
3K.
Finds himself a nice little bit of a three-piece. That'll definitely do. And I was thinking this could be a bit of an opening for getting info, but not
This is
the
so
case.
aggro.
Look at
This is so
Wolfie. Look at
aggro.
Wolfie. There he is. A
Oh,
little
no,
bit
he
of peekaboo.
connected.
Even just catching somebody on the wall. This is just
Ooh.
madness. And I can't believe it. How does Marky get away with it? This is the most NA round I've ever seen, I feel like.
Oh, I mean, bold and ballsy from Wolfie. You don't see him doing that all too often. And it completely catches getting info off guard. But Marsborne do not get the round that they were looking for. And Marky's been playing very quietly.
Chop shouldn't have pushed.
Counter-Strike
Or
the first 5
he could have
rounds
threw
play.
HE.
He
Maybe
hasn't netted
Wolfie
in a
probably
round
didn't think
win until then,
he hit the
but
shot
he's
though.
had some
Maybe
stellar
my
moments.
guess. My
So
guess.
let's see if getting info can finally quell the storm.
This series
that's
is gonna be a
brewing here
long
from
one.
the Marsborne end, and try to find something.
It
to
looks
build upon.
great so
That's
far for the
certainly
start of
something. Dia
Marsborne,
with an
but I
opening
think that
5v4.
getting info started to push
And
back here.
again, getting info looking to walk on into this A bomb site.
Over under 3 chair tackles.
Yeah, it's such a round two and such a marquee round two, right? To be able to find themselves their first official round into this. Now it's going to be the A-pop. You can see that Marsborne kind of just allowing it to happen. I was going to think Wolfie was going to have that dead to rights, but a little bit of a hesitation on the kill. And look at how these rifles are just starting to sing. They're creating a lot of space. And now, I mean, Marsborne, they have to save this, right? I mean, they got the M4s. They got full utility. Like, there is just no hope.
Wait,
that they're gonna
Grizz
be able
has
to
the
go
new
for this.
M4.
So, very nice execution, getting info, kind of just being a little bit more quick on the calls, just going, you know
That's
what,
not-
let's go
what-
for
where
this
is that?
fight. We get
Not
it.
stat
We're not
track?
going to hesitate.
Was
They
it
just
like a
go
field
for the
tested?
execution, and honestly, it's pretty much picture perfect.
He just
Everybody's
opened
alive.
it?
They should be able to keep all 5 players intact. That was beautifully executed. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's
From the
everything you
UK,
could really
somebody
ask
Twitter.
for. And again, you got a solid
Go see what it's looking like.
space-taking opportunity there from Marky. Someone who's been very quiet on getting info's books for quite some time. I know there's conversations about his motivation, his approach
he
to the
didn't
game,
make posts. That's
being
crazy.
discarded
Well.
from that Nouns project way back when.
I tried.
And I still think he's got a lot of talent on his shoulders. It's very clear. If anybody watching at home, you can see that level from Marky in this game. It's really just a question of how consistently can he harness that ability. Because if he can, I mean, the rifle core all of a sudden looks mighty mean on the getting info side. You look at Marky, you look at the potential that Slump can provide, and Dia as well. I think an interesting tidbit to follow through is that Slump is not opping anymore. He's staying on this team as a rifler. How can he provide on this team in a completely different role? Does he have the chops to hang around as a rifler? Or is his time on this roster's books limited?
Yeah, and that's a good point, because that's kind of what, you know, you were mentioning at the desk too. It's just like, look, like Dia's been with the team, you know, for just over a month. Like, he's been putting up some good performances, but like, again, can he maintain it? Well, that will definitely
Oh, and
do.
Chop mollied out.
But a nice little bit of an opener. Now we're starting to see maybe Chop might be able to find this slight little bit of a chance.
He stayed. He stayed.
Just hitting in the smoke.
Did
Might be
that,
able to find
did
the
that.
timing, but look, they're just spamming away. They're just trying to extinguish him, and they do. So now again,
Yeah, you can't smoke directly back.
Rotate on the back
You're trapped in there.
6, actually going for a big old flank.
Good, Dustman.
Might be able to get this kill against Markey. That might be nice here for a little bit of a gun grab, but oh no, the wrong angle. Just that split second. And now Markey does have that spidey sense, and this is going to be another round given here for getting info, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like any guns are going to be picked up here for the CT side, so that's a little bit of a tough one to bite on, but not bad at all, I guess. I mean, this is a nice bounce back, though, from getting info. Again, just taking things as a unit, going for this map control slowly. They get this opening kill, and then as soon as that kill happens, they pounce, right? They don't wait. They don't overthink. I'm liking that they're being diligent. I like that they're just putting their minds kind of like, hey, look, go back to the simple, you know, execution, the simple game plan.
I've played pretty decent some games.
Huge score line, and now we're talking around 1 round differential.
Yeah, it's clear that getting info have a chip on their shoulder after the loss last weekend, and then also just the idea that they want to be competitive again. It definitely feel like they were floating in the wind, as it were, for quite a bit of time, wondering, is this the roster that gets them competitive? Do we have a shot in some of these tournaments? But it finally feels like with some of the more solid results that are kind of turning in their favor, some statistical improvements from good players as well, that maybe that this is the roster that turns the corner. But so far, Marsborne definitely sticking it to him. Chop now going a little bit more aggressive here in Cave. Spam setup is good. It actually lands a dink on a Shane. But this boost could still have some potency. Grizz
he snuck
dancing
away.
with death there. I think that deep mid player also not finding the impact.
Wait,
they were looking for.
62K?
Somehow, 60 has slid all the way in through
Shane
the
is 3
ramp
HP.
and found 2 on the MP9. Chop here to chime in, but the flick from Diaz even better. So maybe jumping the gun there over throughout the lane and getting info get away with murder into the 3v3.
Yeah, that's huge though, right? I mean, 60 just finding that double kill and then he was able to kind of get out of that for a little bit, but unfortunately Chop just going for the swing has now created this back to the 3-3, but this is still a world where
You
can
know,
go
if I
either
have a
way,
headache
of
or
course,
just
but,
head pain. Oh no, headache.
Diaz
doesn't
down
make
to
sense.
56. Shane is critically low. Like, we're talking 3 HP, so this is not good at all. He has to win the first shot, essentially, otherwise he's a dead man. And now, Grizz. I can't even believe it. He loses that. Dia is just going
39
off
HP
right
as
now.
well.
He's putting up these really good kills. Nothing super flashy, but he's still getting the kills needed. Now Wolfie, I saw this before. We saw this in the first round where he was able to get that 1 kill, but can he be able to redeem himself? Can he be able to find the timing of this? Gets the planter, tucks tail, waits things out. Now he's waiting for Viz to get
that's the
there.
round.
Wolfie, that's nicely done. That's a huge round, and that's it, and it's done.
Wow. I mean, listen, there's only one player in the world that I can think can lurk with an AWP, and his name is
Minus
Monacy.
2,000? No.
I don't think Diaz Monacy. They got the same
It's
nationality.
it looks
That's about
field
it.
tested and
No
not
dig at
stat
Dia,
tracked.
But I do think that in that situation, he should be second, third in. He should be helping as quickly as possible. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there in terms of the late round, but that's one of those situations that you would have loved to have Dia in the clutch.
The new
he
case
can
is
desperately
actually
produce
just dog shit as
if
fuck.
the- if
Like
the
I
bomb is
won't
down and if he is in donut,
I won't
has
say
that space
otherwise.
to
That
let
thing was still
scope
probably like
rifle swing.
$200, $300 or
But
some shit like that.
unfortunately, Marsborne capitalize on it. You've got a good 2-piece there from your rifling anchor. And getting info to go back to the drawing board. They look to Dia to try to find some answers here on that AWP. Nade open, but
You got a gold
he doesn't
Arabesk?
necessarily go into a fight for it. He'll nade open the smoke again, but still won't find that answer that he was looking for.
Up to
Yeah, this one's definitely taking a little bit more.
11
of a
cent
pace
skin,
onto it,
let's
right?
go,
I mean, you
leg.
can see both these teams giving a bit more respect. Even 60 just kind of sitting here in Cheetah, and now Wolfie's just trying to be.
Hey,
the
Mark,
bit
you
of
signed with
distraction.
another
Now
team?
that
He
noise
might
that
have,
might actually lure
but he's
him
still
in.
on the
Oh,
roster
60
for this
actually
Challengers
kinda
Cup.
commits a little bit on the swing, but nice
He
pick up
might
here
have,
from
though.
Snav. So this is a good
From
start
what
they
it- from what
needed
it
here for
seemed.
getting info. Looking like they might want to dig onto Cave here and see what they can be able to find onto this. And now they're going to be pushing through this. And now Wolfie stuck into the corner here, joined with his teammate Chop. Still have Dia locked and loaded here onto ramp. This is a good lean here from Marsborne, but can they be able to use some of this utility to flush these players out, right? Because Dia's still waiting. Chop's just kind of on the left-hand side of this. Dia would have to swing a little bit more, and Chop might get the better of it if he committed to it.
So we're just waiting for the announcement then?
Such an interesting round, Paladin, because again, like, they're kind of taking this slow. They're finally throwing some nades. Wolfie will go down. Viz is just waiting through this. He might be able to get the best timing in the world. That's one. And two, and there's Viz.
Hey, he got the third.
He's able to find 3 just like that.
Bomb did get planted though.
This thing could be all over again.
But this time, Dia is at the scene of the crime. He's got that scoped rifle handy, and he's got a couple of bodies lined up. He finds one, he dances with death, still lives to tell the tale, but finally hits the deck. Viz now looking for the ace into the 1v1 as well. Time ticking lower and lower, and Viz will complete
the 5
kills in the round. It's his first 5 kills of the game, mind you, lads.
What's good moves?
Marsborne suddenly have their 6th.
Yeah, better late than never, right? I mean, look, I know it's a little bit quiet for the guy, but look, he put up a masterclass performance. Like, the fact that he's just able to go 1, 2, 3, yes, please. And like you said, getting that ace, that's going to feel really, really good. Right now, I feel like we're kind of seeing Marsborne just putting up a lot of individual, moments of,
Which
stardom,
you don't say always, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's
a great
the thing.
fucking
You
round
never
from
get
Viz.
to 60 out in the beginning.
Wait, that was Viz's first 5 kills.
Wolfie was able to get himself a nice little bit of a 1-on-2 situation.
That's one way to enter the server.
You don't get to say that very often, so it's a sight to behold. It really is.
Yeah, and you know what? I would much rather prefer to see a Marsborne that can tussle in the dirt with a team like Getting Info than kind of rolling over on the skill checks between these one-on-ones and just saying, it's okay, you can have it. They are fighting tooth and nail here.
Good to see you again.
And coming out the better. 60 has looked deadly with this SMG, and he's going to continue his antics down the ramp yet again, and there are turned once more. I think found, but no kill. 60 doesn't jump the gun, he pulls back, and he'll still have a 5-on-5 here as the dust settles.
Yeah, I do like this though, right? Like 60 is just playing again this aggression. He's just kind of like seeing what he can get away with. But I was thinking that smoke timing might be a little bit late, and Marky takes full advantage of it. And that's a really fun thing to see from Marky.
Too high up.
Kind of commented back in the day where he just get these really good timings, and there's that glimpse of it right there.
Oh, Viz also just missed a ramp smoke too on site. I don't know if you guys see over in the mini map. It hit default and bounced back towards him. I don't know what it connected to.
Cave is a little interesting. That Molly definitely dissuades them, and 30 seconds left on the clock. They're gonna at least have to get this down to 20 seconds. Chop has an opportunity at nailing some kills here. He needs to find some kills here. Otherwise, this one might be over for the CT side. And don't forget the snake in the grass of Viz yet again. He aligns up one, but runs out of bullets in that magazine. So that bomb will hit the dirt. Grizz still ready and rearing to go.
Save.
But Wolfie is all the way back at spawn. I don't think he believes in his own teammate and clutching this one up. And I don't think Grizz thinks so either. They both tuck tail. Getting Info find themselves their 4th. And it comes all in the back of Marky's entry there on that smoke timing.
Today?
Put together.
Watch the
really
what?
Was, and that's the thing is like even 60 can't even be like that mad about it because he was able to push, do some damage against Snav, fell back. It was really just that 2-second little bit of timing, like throwing the smoke, and then Marky's like, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna disobey it. I'm just gonna swing it, see if I get this perfect lineup, and he does. Like it's kind of in some retrospect, a little bit of a lucky
touch,
kill,
I guess.
but it's a good read. Like he had a pretty good idea the trajectory of the nade. He's like, yeah, he's got
that happened.
So that was a huge, impactful entry frag from Marky. Like you said, that allowed them essentially to get that round 10 pretty much in the bag for them. So now we're getting closer to the end of the first half, and now things are looking a little bit more scrappy in terms of the guns here from Marsborne. They're going to put
a grand final
the barrel with FAMAS, an MP9 again.
Mongols
60's just been kind of rocking it. It feels like this entire
Mongols
game.
Best team in the world, of course.
They'll try to see what they can do with it. I do like the mixture we're seeing from the CT
It makes
side.
sense.
It does feel like they're mixing up their defense quite a bit. Now we're seeing 3 players B. A little bit of a change up here, leaving only just Grizz by himself in mid. And Viz is just going to try to disobey that. Molly, I can't believe this again. This is just madness, man.
And the fact that he's
Fast
been punished
jag control. They need to keep
essentially just
re-smoking
once
it though.
in this half, is truly incredible. Another boost up here for Shane. I thought he spotted a little bit of a noggin. And instead it's Viz to find a head first, and he spots another one, lands the dink, but not the kill. I think he'll still be happy with the amount of information that's gained here. Now Chop will re-engage. He's got two more trusty teammates to cut the distance down, and Dia encroaches upon the position, but Chop is still nailing shots. Ooh. Dia, though, is still so gung-ho about taking fights here, but has dropped the C4, mind you, and Wolfie's pushing through A main. This is absolute pandemonium, lads. I can't even keep track of how many players are pushing positions this quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I made a joke about it before, being like, look, that's such an NA round, and this kind of feels like the same thing. Like, each player's like, I'm going to push this. I'm going to push this by myself. Can I get away with it? Yes,
yeah,
I
very
will.
aggro right now.
It just doesn't
no
make
shot,
any
you just
sense.
take a shot, right?
Now this is just becoming all about a gunfight, really, and everybody's just trying to hit the best shot. There's nothing about strategy in this. This is all about just who's got the better moment to get the good aim, but that bomb being down is problematic, and especially with 18 seconds. I mean, again, they have to make a decision. They got to pick up this bomb.
Yeah, good call from Chop.
Hesitate. Chop, if he can get one of these kills,
I think it's over regardless. Even some stall, yeah, that's it.
An easy one. Now snap, it's done. There's just no way, because he has to spend the time to get the kill. Yes, the op will be saved and retrieved, but Marsborne, they've secured 7.
I did see that Liquid lost to Mongols.
I usually commend
I didn't watch it.
and his approaches to mid-rounds on Ancient, but so far, it feels as though he's kind of overcooking in a lot of situations. I mean, you're sitting at a minute 20 left on the clock there into this 3-on-3, and you spend that entire minute
beat Venom
staring at a smoke in the 2-on-2, and then just doing nothing. And then after you actually deploy the utility, you realize you've got no choice but to run knife out to a bomb site and hope to God that somebody has just fully gambled on the other end over to the other side of the map. So I'd like to see a little bit more pace. I think that's where the effectiveness of getting info style comes from, and building off of that pick could be the name of the game. 3 kills now for getting info, and now they've got to complete this round, as they've got one player
What's up, Momo?
on both sides for the CT side.
You think FaZe is dropping? In my opinion, Rain. I got you here. I think we might have a second in between on the half.
A lot of options to work with,
for
right?
mainstreams.
Him kind of pushing through the smoke. He was just gambling to see what he can get away with.
I just have some
not the easiest situation, but now being in the last round of the first half, I mean, Chop's gonna have to pull up a pretty big.
Made a post under Maui's tweet.
He's gonna have to show something pretty incredible.
I think Rain
and getting info got themselves a secured 5. But I mean, for Chop, I mean,
1v4
nothing to worry about. He can just go for it. He has no utility, gets an easy kill. Shane gets a little bit too aggro, but Paladin, I mean, this is this could be an opportunity. There is one player close on CT spawn. If he can flush him out, that might be it. Not the case at all. 7-5 though, not bad at all, considering how much
pretty
it was
good
4-0. We saw some good moments here where Marsborne got a big lead, getting info, kind of bouncing back into this. Despite kind of the pandemonium, like you said, pretty impressive to see this tight of a scoreline through what we saw so much out of this first half.
Absolutely, but we're going to throw it to a little bit of a break, and when we come back, that second half of map.
All right, so I said honest take is Rain is going to step away right now to focus on life. Twist takes his spot at the major. Kerrigan will retire to go to coach of FaZe. Twist will then become IGL under him, but the issue that could be near is that Frozen could go to Navi. So it's kind of up in the air, but that's my take. That is kind of my take. Frozen could be going, or what they could do is if they lose a player or something, they could also just bench Jacob until after the major and then do all those changes afterwards. I just talked a lot, but yeah, I mean it could be a lot of things. Could be a lot of things. Who do you think Liquid picks up? That I don't know. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan. Make that a short, like my guess, or like talk about it. When I touch the ground, front of 80 Beijing, man, ain't know the sound. I know I'm mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream out lyrics. I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it. But I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble. You gotta roll the dice. You need a sub? I'm poor. What kind of sub, J-Ba? What do you mean a sub?
to live his life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice.
Am sub. Gave a meatball. Bro, get like
I've been through hell and back. Just to live his life.
I was gonna say get a Chipotle burrito. No, you want a sub, dude? You gotta get like fucking chicken parm, dude. If you want something hot or a nice Italian. Oh, Daddy's, he meant Twitch. Hey, whoa, whoa. Hey, you know what? You know what? Jaba loves Chipotle. Okay. Okay, just because some of us got a little bit of, you know, little chunk on the body, and we think about food a little bit, okay, doesn't mean it could go either way. Doesn't mean it can't go either way. Oh. Is that Fiku? Yeah, what's good, brother? Welcome to NACS. I hope you don't hate it here.
Well, we got to see a lot of good action here for the first half.
But I hope you're doing good.
7-5. Now the sides are going to be switched up. We saw Marsborne were able to get themselves.
You had a great run on OG last season. Interview Fuku next.
The moment of truth.
I still need to interview
Jaba.
Jaba.
A slow start, but now
I'd be
they
down
kind of
for
seem like they got
Fiku
the
too.
motor running, and maybe they might be able to get themselves back into this game.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people I need to get on
definitely.
Crowd
I think this
Talks.
pistol will set that tempo again. What
You're
is
shy.
6E's T-side
Interview
calling
Joel.
looking like?
He's gonna be like, I am Groot.
It's
I
another
am
A
Joel.
play, very similar to the initial pistol, but this time with a bit more utility behind it. Slump first to bat, but Dia not missing a beat with the USP, bursts through, and
Why are we
doesn't
just-
actually complete the
everyone
kill.
just
Snap
spamming
that
smokes?
will, but plenty of damage done over to this T side, and trying to get the bomb down now is going to be a nightmare because
Here goes
these
UCT,
CTs are
yeah.
waiting for the tap to come through, but instead they fight forward as the smoke fades, and Snav and Shane, they won't allow for 60 to have another magical moment. They're right back into this one, Laz.
Yeah, I kind of like that though. Like, I mean, despite, you know, Marsborne not getting the round, I did like the quick execution on the A. Like, the
That's
smokes
your
were really
guess?
nice lineups. The pops were, you know, I felt like the
When is the
execution
next
was
major?
pretty decent. It was
November,
really just
December?
the fact that Dia was able to find that double kill with the USP as the initial opener, like
November,
that really just
December.
stunted them, and it kind of felt like as soon as that happened, it
Well,
just,
it is a
you know,
seasoning.
the snowball was getting bigger and bigger, and things and problems were just getting bigger and bigger. But I felt like the utility was good. I felt like it was looking decent. If they would have been able to find the player behind Big Box, that could have been different. Now Slump once again gonna get tested, but oh my goodness, he gets absolutely deleted. And now they're gonna be able to try to barrel into the site, get the bomb down. These Tech 9s, they are just starting to roar, and this bomb will indeed get the plant.
And now trying to retake against these close range guns is going to be very difficult still. Even with the flying MP9 from Shane, Wolfie chimes in with the MAC-10 and spots out another.
They both have kits though.
Encroaching upon the temple. Look at this, more aggression, this time from the SMG of Viz. It's left Dia in an impossible situation. Yes, he's got a kit. Yes, he's got a smoke. He knows where all of these players are, but he can't seem to find any shots actually to connect. And finally, he gets dealt with. Marsborne battle back, trying to bully into this A bomb site.
Good GKS.
And starting to see a little bit more
W4,
ferocity and more punch from this T side.
Large round from Viz too.
Yeah, exactly.
That
And
initial kill right there.
This opening duel is so
was
big,
massive.
right? Because like Marky was close, like, but he wasn't kind of in the right position, right? It felt like he was just a few seconds off. Like, you know, Slump of course wasn't expecting to get, you know, bested like that. But I love that Marsborne just again like put the Tech 9s. So like, look, let's put these into close quarter fights. Let's just like try to see what we can be able to find. And the fact that, you know, Slump goes down that quickly, that really just seemed to open up the floodgate. But right now, I mean, Viz does take a significant amount of damage, 48 against him. Now he's just spraying frantically to see what he can be able to find. Some trades back and forth through middle, but it is still going to be a decent position here for Marsborne. These pistols from getting info, they're going to have to pack a little bit more punch than what we're seeing. And then does look like that mid control is going to be obtained, and 60, he might even try to be a bit more adventurous and kind of go through red. He's just going to try to clear as much as possible. This kill can be really big, and that's not bad at all. He's still hunting this through. He's still hungry for more kills. He might just even post up and wait things out. This is becoming a problem for getting info. Oh, never mind. This might even be more of a problem for 60 if he can't find this kill, and indeed it will. So that's going to be a free AK. That's up for grabs.
Where did the smoke go?
It gravitates all of these CTs towards this.
You fixed your
position.
bot?
3 players looking at
Major,
him
you missed
from
it?
all
Late November,
avenues of the
December.
red room.
Unlucky
And
smoke.
that gives a free bomb plant over back to the T side, but there is
Chipotle peppers
a
or
very
dried peppers?
dangerous lurk brewing here.
Oh,
from
they're
Marky.
Chipotle.
He capitalizes it instantly onto Wolfie. Into the 2v2 we go.
I think
No
Chipotle
kits
peppers is
involved
just
here, so
like the
time
type
is
of pepper
the
and just how
essence.
they like
Grizz and
age
Chop
it or some shit.
cowering behind in the back lines here in the CT spawn. And that
They look
flash is
like
good to get Chop
super
off the
dark
angle, but
brown.
now the duels have to come through.
Tastes a
The
little
shots
earthy.
connect and Chop finds both. 9 on the board for Marsborne. The
W
force line
earth
is
peppers.
quelled, and now it seems like we're turning a corner in the favor of the T's.
Yeah, it's such a good, important detail you bring up because, you know, I think 60 again, like you said, he played such an important role in that round. Like you said, like you can
Hold on,
see
Moose
getting
coming in
info
with the
so
encyclopedia, bro.
laser
Hold on.
focused onto him. Like you said, the fact that 3 players were committed
Spitting
to that
facts.
fight. That's where the positioning got really disjointed, right? That's where Marsborne's like, okay, hang on. Like, they're really paying attention
Okay.
to 60. Let's just take advantage of going for the site control.
Thank you,
and I
Steve.
love that you bring up that detail because it is important. They were wanting to get that rifle. They wanted to be able to win that fight, to putting them in a bit better an advantage. But now, I mean, this advantage is going to pan out nicely for Marsborne. They get an easy kill. That A site wide open. Like, it is for the taking. The CTs, nowhere near it. They're playing the CT spawn. They're playing that red room, you know, passive angle. They thought that this was going to be a different play. And even the fact that 60 is, again, going for this crazy aggression when he doesn't need to, you can tell these guys are feeling it. They know they don't have to worry about the weapons they're going against, but you could easily just play this passive and conservative, and they should have it, you know, done and dusted. But 60, he wants to pick up the extra coin with that Mac 10. A triple kill will do.
Catch that
And now
coin,
we're at
60.
10 rounds here from Marsborne.
I don't know if I've heard a caster say coin. I like it though. I like it. I'm not against it. Might steal that one. It's gonna be my new scaling.
Fast control once again, though.
Yeah, here we go.
Wait, Chain, stop shooting.
Straight into this B bomb site. Snap takes out his gun, but he can't get it out in time. The trades are so magnificent. This orchestrated chaos from Marsborne
surrounded.
just looks to do the trick time in and time out. And this one might be one to just knock them out completely. Marky will, I'm assuming, save just with how he's bounding away, but man, oh man, Laz, this is just, I'm at a loss for words to see stylistically, culturally, how different Marsborne look right now and how much better they look because of it.
Yeah, like honestly, it's such a good thing you bring up because, you know, we were talking about that in the
what's
beginning.
DRS
because we were
look
saying,
like here?
look, it really does change a lot, right? Because we were saying, like, when you replace an IGL, like your vision, the positions, the roles, the confidence, you know, the communication, everything can change. Like, everything can really just become different. And I think we're seeing that right now because they're playing a lot more aggressive. They're really just getting in the face. They're, you know, they're really just being assertive. Like, that's the thing. Like, we always talked about the old Marsborne where they always had really good reads and they always had these good situations for counters, but that firepower and then sometimes just letting, you know, big opportunities really just fall.
Do I
right
drink
in front of them.
brewskis? Yeah, I had
This
a
is
few
not the case anymore. This is
brewskis
looking
the
like a
other day.
Marsborne that we can get super
I
excited
can't
about.
even say
And with
brewski.
11-6, like,
What
it
the hell
really
is this
just starting
format?
to
What do you
become
mean,
their
Deepest?
game, their map right now. And this
They're
was the
cups.
pick for getting info, right? Like, I cannot emphasize that
Each
enough. because
challenger
when you go
season
for a map
nowadays
pick
is
like this,
4 tournaments.
I was kind of impressed.
Which
to see what they've been
I
able to do,
personally
but
like
right
the
now,
change.
They are getting bested on
I hated
everything.
the 2x best of ones personally. I didn't like that.
Absolutely.
I didn't like that.
Smoke up into the donut. Firm mid control established here for the T side, and Chop is looking to encroach upon this B side. I think this is a little overzealous considering how on an island he is.
And then they're going to
That
grab
gun is
information.
recoverable, so lane control established for the CT side, but the problem is, as Grizz has just snuck all the way through the red room, you've got a late look from Viz. This A bomb site is very quickly under siege.
True, the
Whether
overlapping
Marky and
is a little
Slump know
tough.
it or not, and Viz is just doing it all on his lonesome.
Yeah, but I think every
Slump should
tournament
be
does
dealt
that.
with, and he absolutely will. Grizz chimes in for a couple more, and we've got ourselves map point for Marsborne.
Every tournament's like that right now,
big
though.
Point that I'd like
They
to bring up is
try.
the amount of times that I feel like yes,
They don't
have
really
the right
allow
leads under Wolfie, but somehow they would
overlapping
overcook
and
it, where they
rescheduling.
would have the right idea and then they would go to the other bomb site with like 20 seconds left on the clock. I like the decisiveness from Sixy here. You get 2 picks, you commit to the bomb site. You get map control, you use that to get into a split into a bomb site straight away. Finish the round in 30 seconds or less. Sometimes, you know, there will need to be a little bit more nuance, but I think for right now, that simplicity is making these individuals look much better.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. And right now, Snav, he actually is going to get away with that. I mean, 60 with a little bit of a TK, but I mean, again, they took so much damage to get into that control, and now getting info. They're making this a potentially flawless round here for round number 19, so not bad at all. But again, it's a long road, right? We need 6 to get to overtime. If they can be able to find this, it's going to go down. So this is a decent buffer right now for Marsborne, but again, getting info. I mean, we have seen them kind of do some crazy things in the past, right? We have seen them be able to make some crazy games, but this is going to be a pretty decently long road for them. But I think even for a round like this, it kind of blundering the way it did. Not even a big sweat for Marsborne, right? They were just kind of testing the water, still just kind of mixing the playbook. This gives a lot of opportunity right now for 60 to just kind of even think, okay, look, do we just go back to what we were doing before? Do we want to mix things up,
real talk?
You know, kind of a little bit differently. Like they have that room to do that, and that's a good position to be in. When you get it, you know, getting info in double digits, that's when you might get a little bit more, you know, scared in the sense that the comeback could be a reality.
Moose, that is true. That is true. Some people got it worse than others.
Well, let's see what damage Grizz can do here with 25 seconds left on the clock. Any damage is good damage as always. A shadow advantage given over to Slump. He should be aware for this fight. You see all these CTs gravitating, but Slump will take care of the job himself. And getting info live to tell the tale yet again. 5 rounds the difference now. It sounded like somebody DC'd there for a second.
It's the coach.
All guns are still up. We're all good.
I know. I kind of had that. I know. I had that small suspicion.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was like thinking the same thing. I'm like, do I say it? I don't want to say it. And then you're like saying it. I'm like, okay. Hang on. Maybe we're on to something. Maybe it's all good. But nonetheless, like you said, guns are out. Got Wolfie with the op. Got a Dio with an op as well. So just singular both sides. Dia playing a pretty important role. Like he's, again, sitting on the top here with his team. But can he do some more heavy lifting? And now you see, like, again, we see Grizz just kind of playing by himself. He's trying to do in this one-man army, a little bit of an attempt. But look at how fast, like, getting info. They've committed 3 players, essentially, to be ready for the plan of attack here on A, if that does happen.
But the problem isn't necessarily dealing with the A hit. It's dealing with this red room control that Marsborne have been able to exploit round in and round out. And yet again, they got the entrance to it secure. Now, if they can continue to scale, that's going to be a real danger point. But they've got 4 players dealing with this A-split potential. And look at this, man. 3 players moving back over. They've got front jack control. They've got front lane control as well. They're considering this B bomb site. And eventually, getting Info going to have to give up on this idea. They move back over to B. And now Viz has the perfect time to capitalize.
Slip his way here. He doesn't even need a push. If he swapped to the left side and just hold CT.
Perfect timing onto this too. But you can see that Snap still kind of, again, has a little bit of a sense that this could possibly happen.
Or just do that.
Oh, I can't even believe it. I can't believe this gets away with the double kill, man. I thought they were going to be able to read that. He just turned away at the wrong moment. He doesn't get that kill on the Snap. Who cares? But he's been able to find that
timing
double.
is crazy.
So now things are getting a little bit more awkward. That bomb is going to be dropped. Marsborne ready to go. An attempt to see if they can close this thing out with a 13-7. Wolfie planted here with the op. Misses the shot. Snap's able to take him and best him. And now 60 hungry for more. He's able to find that double. And he wants to get the triple. Why the hell not? Marsborne will be able to find the first map victory.
Sheesh, dude.
107 DAR here from the newly minted captain of Marsborne. And boy, oh boy, is this a reinvigorated roster. 60 dropping 20 kills and then making sure the culture of this team looks so much more confident and poised, ready for action under every single situation that comes before them. This is a team that already
Marsborne, I see you.
Leagues above what they were before.
Hey, they're cooking.
I'm so much more excited about this team, the playmaking ability, the star power of this rifle corps all of a sudden whirs to life.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, I really felt like we got to see a lot of really big moments, right? From, it felt like everybody. Like, it felt like, you know, we saw 60 doing it. We saw Grizz getting in some good opportunities. We saw Chop, you know, performing decently well. I know he wasn't putting up the crazy stats, but he got some important kills. And Marsborne, it just felt like everybody just
got channel point prediction, you know, open for map 2.
For everybody to make a big
good
play,
Orchard.
and then they're all on the same page, and then they're all just putting up this, you know, individual moments. And like, even like that, where Viz is able to get a double, like you said, it's just, it's absolute madness, man. And that's what's so exciting about seeing a game like this, where 60, you know, joins the team. There's all this conversation
Marsborne
about
map
what's
1.
going to happen. Is it going to be the right thing, the wrong thing? You have all these questions, but when a guy goes in like
so
that,
the winner of
he's
this
just,
goes to grand
you know,
final to
kinda
play.
flexing
Is it
the
on Monday?
muscles
On
of, like,
Monday.
look, like, I
On
played some
Monday.
tier 1
Tomorrow
experience,
plays
you know, I
wild
played with some
card.
really good competition, and now he's just showing it. Right now, he's
Tomorrow,
calling, and he's
loser
flagging.
goes
Like,
down
you
to
couldn't
lower
ask for
bracket
anything
and
more here from
plays
Marsborne. That was a very,
wild
very
card.
impressive.
Winner goes through
you know,
Monday
new team that
to
we're
play.
seeing, and that
Okay.
was honestly such an exciting game. But look, we could
I know
dive
that
into this
Monday I'll
for a
be
long,
doing
long
all
time,
of
but we
the
do gotta
all the
take that little bit
matches,
of a break
but
as we get
tomorrow
ready
I
to
don't
go
know yet
into
because
the
there's a
second
chance
map,
I might
which
be
will
doing
trained
something
on
else. I
Marsborne's
don't
picks.
fully
We're gonna
know,
take a break. We'll see you in a
but
little
we'll
bit.
see. We'll see. Still no marbles between maps. No, not not today, Richard. No. You gotta keep it clean. Gotta make sure the all the branding and everything is still repped and everything. I can turn it down a little bit, and we can talk and we can vibe here. Chat, I am going to no, we'll wait a second on the ad. We'll wait till it's closer to the time. Who knows? This could go like 70 OTs. Who knows? There's also, what is it, nut versus lag going on right now? That's ESEA North America. Advance? Okay, so they are playing Advance, not playing the Euro League Cup match. Okay. Was that map 1? Yeah, that's map 1. They see Mythic Infusion. They're streaming that currently. And then we got all the star. How's Star Ladder been looking? I know everyone lately has been talking about Fissure and all the upsets there. How's Star Ladder looked? Oh shit. Oh. Passion lost to Bait. Wow. Bait even beat Gentlemates. What the fuck? It's crazy. Navi's 2-0ing everyone except for 9, which is weird. Their opener was a struggle. Bro, Nip about to reach final? Yeah, there should be a chance for that. Yeah. That's so weird. Only been a couple years. Tomorrow I could do... I'm trying to think. What time's that thing at? I think I have a thing at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I can watch Party NA tomorrow. Is game 1 done? Yes, game 1 is over. In case you're curious, the score was. Hold on, now I have to go back. I think it was 13-6. No, 13-7. 13-7. Marsborne's been cooking though. Commentary, bro. Shout out my boys. Dude, hold on. I need to read this, bro. I feel like people have been like, yo, can you shout this out? And when I shout it out, bro, it means something different, dude. Hold on. What's good, Garf? What's good, bro? I've been trolled a few. I said some seemed like pretty bad. Chad, is that an okay thing to say? Seems okay. I know. I'm like tweaking, bro. Yeah, it's on 1K King. Hope all good in the hood. Thank you, Too Simple. I appreciate it. All right. Shout out Darkstar, bro. Shout out Darkstar. We'll leave it at that. Bro. It's an ominous situation with the first time chatter, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You never know. All right, so what do we got going up overnight? I know, there's a lot of matches. We got the Dust 2 India Masters semifinals and grands, bro. Hell yeah. We got the Galaxy Battle Phase 4 going on. Sangal Batera, Venom Sinners. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Quarterfinals of EPL. I think System probably will be casting that now. It's fucking 4 a.m. God damn. Oh, Exhort Proving Ground. Foot versus Spirit Academy. Okay, that's pretty sick. Although Spirit Academy a little bit different nowadays. 10 to Sparta. Ew. Bet Boom versus Gun 5. Okay, I like that. Sashi versus Bet Click. Tricked Fave Bet. And Sangal, Copenhagen Wolves Eternal Fire. Then we got Nip Bait going on in Star Ladder. ESC versus Big. That should be interesting. ESC should be able to actually probably win that. Who knows? Maybe a little different. TNL Batera, Sinners 4's Reload, Mongols Furia. Navi versus either Nip or Bait. BC Alliance, which I'll 100% be there for that, chat. I would not miss that thing for the world. That should be an absolute masterclass. I hope so. Especially Alliance been in pretty good form. They've had a really good run so far throughout Challengers this season alone. Let's go, dude. Let's go, bro. Thanks, bro. Long time listener. Well, I appreciate it, Garth. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Dark. I got you with that. Do you think if getting info starts on CT, Wolfie will drop 20? If getting info drops, wait, hold on. Do you think if getting info starts on CT, Wolfie will drop 2.0? What? Wait, 20? Wait, hold on, bro. What? Do I think if getting info starts on CT, Wolfie will drop 20? Dude, I'm assuming that getting info are picking CT on train to start. I don't think they would pick in the T side on train. It is Marsborne's map pick. Will Wolfie get 20? Bro, I don't know. I mean, he might be able to. I don't know. I don't fully do guesses like that, bro. I think there's a chance for anything. Starliner and Fisher used to both be at 7 a.m. And now one change to later. That's good for viewers. Yeah, there are some ones that have like pushed back. Like Galaxy's a little bit later in the day. So like you can't have everything happening at the same time. It also helps though too if you're at a different time, because teams can play in both rather than, they can't really play in others that are at the same. Hold on, chat. We are gonna do an ad break quick. I will be right back, and we will prep. We will get going in game 2. I will be right back quick.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
I am muted. All right, you're right. You're right. Thank you.
Bored of endless
Daxis, I'm gonna lie.
Take your first step towards ECL.
That is no. It won't happen. Mob's on G2 compared to going to Passion UA. That's not a good play for him. Also, G2 shouldn't make roster changes right now because from what we've seen, they've been looking fine. But yeah, no, that would be kind of outfield.
All right, welcome back.
Who's winning? Who do you think's winning?
Number 2, and it is
Hey,
going to be
my
on
NA
strength.
knowers,
This is where
get-
Marsborne have gone for this
Was
pick.
that an
Now,
upper for
the
Zenko?
question really will be, Has getting info been able to cool things off with a big loss on the first map, or could this thing be done
And
over
nowhere's
with a
roster?
2-0 here, Paladin?
That your
I
team,
think
bro?
we're headed to sweep territory because I think getting info really
Moose is
struggled
loose.
to approach this map from just an identity.
Moose,
standpoint.
I would need to
don't
see
know
this
how
all
they
on
actually want
paper.
to approach
Wait,
this
hold
map.
on. I know Poseidon
No matter how many
Fuzenko.
times I've watched them play it, I
Cajun.
think they don't understand about trying to take T-con.
I know you talk a lot
on
about
regular
Messiah.
basis.
Who's
I think their executes
shit?
are
Wait,
pretty
is Slash
lackluster.
from anything
I
else?
think they don't have that player that could potentially unlock them. I mean, I will say that Dia could be that guy because now you do have a pretty consistent opera that is mobile enough to.
Okay,
to
wait.
get
So
to
I
point
actually
A
I
to
do have
point
some
B.
knowledge.
But again, I'm still
Dude, I got some
worried
game.
about how
I
they
mean,
approach their T sides. That I still feel like Marsborne have got a great
he's a sick
understanding.
one. NA
Even
up
just
and
from
comer.
Luffy's experience calling on this map, I think Lucid has done a good job in instilling some good fundamentals into this team for how they approach this map. That I just feel like even if 6E feels a little
Back and
rough
forth.
around the edges in terms of how he wants to approach a more
Handsome
technical map
caster. I'm not
like
casting. I'm
Train,
sitting here.
I still think that they are fundamentally just a more sound team.
You don't actually enjoy most of these games, do you?
Yeah, no,
I mean,
and
it's
I think
something
the one thing for me
to
that,
watch, but it's
when we
important to
kinda
you.
go back into the head-to-head when these guys have played.
Brother,
each
this
other,
shit is
and
sick as
let's-
fuck.
Again, we did talk about this in the beginning, but we'll bring it up
Tories.
now.
Every time I
Event,
turn on my
they
stream, I
actually
enjoy
did
what I'm
play this
watching.
map. Like this went to the third map, right? This was a 13-8 that was in favor for
Sometimes I like to
Marsborne.
cast over doing
The
a
one thing that was
co-stream,
really
but I
interesting,
still
though,
like what I
is the
watch.
fact of the
Yeah,
team
I'm
side was
fucking-
a lot
I'm here
more
for it, dude.
from Marsborne. Like it wasn't the same. Like
It's Counter-Strike.
You know, it's not gonna. It wasn't really the same scoreline we saw from.
I will say most other games, do I enjoy watching it as
Get
much
the
as
four-
Counter-Strike?
or
No, but
4
like,
rounds
dude,
in the
sometimes
beginning,
Rocket League
and
is
then it was
sick as
kind of a
fuck.
bit of a
I'll be
sweep where
honest.
Getting Info was able to get themselves back in the game. But really, it was the CT side. for
Sometimes if like
Marsborne
some
and
old
that
heads
prospect
are watching or
that they
playing,
were
dude,
able to
throw
kind
on
of
some
bring
COD. I
themselves
don't
back
know,
into
the
it. They
watch
actually
party with
swept the
Scump.
entire thing, right? They were the ones that they look so much better on the CT side. You made a comment a little bit about getting Info kind of not really looking great and foundation's not good and the fundamentals seem to be lacked. I agree. Like I think now that we're seeing them, you know, win the first map the way they did, they're going to be feeling really good. They've played each other before, so again, you can kind of study off of that as well. So this is where 60's been able to have a bit more time as well to kind of maybe
Always grinding.
elevate
I mean,
the
fuck yeah.
playbook a
I
bit
love
more
what I
and to
do.
kind of change things up. So I don't think we'll see that same scoreline we saw, you know, a couple weeks ago. Or
Except
the
I
week
slept
or
in
so
like a
ago.
motherfucker
But
over this
look,
weekend,
I
but
mean,
that's
I'm just
besides
gonna
the
be
point.
curious what will be
We
different
don't
from
talk
getting
about
Info
that.
just because it was lackluster, right? The only saving grace was that CT side.
Yeah, and not to mention,
It would be cool
I
as shit
think
if
on that
Marsborne make
offense,
the major.
Taking way too much time in the mid round, where they're not necessarily getting anything
casting.
out of the mid round.
Sometimes I do, but
something that I don't
I'm just here for
necessarily
casting.
point towards getting info, and I say
That's
yeah,
more
the Snap-led
personal.
team would waste time. I do think that there's got to be a little bit more pep in the step.
I'll never
of,
do it on any
okay,
games that I'm
we know
watching,
we've
and
got
also
50 seconds left on
yeah.
the clock. Let's
I'm
take
just-
some
I'm here
map
for it.
control, get ourselves into a position that when we do execute, we've got a snap decision that puts us into a favorable situation. Because I don't feel like that's been the
I never
case
want
throughout the
to
entire
bias
offensive half for getting info
response on
Ancient,
anything. I
which
mean, I
is a
will
map
say
that
like
teams
sometimes,
are
you know,
very
teams
well
are cool in
versed
different
on.
ways, right?
So now that we get into
I mean,
a
the reason I
position
love
where
watching
I
Marsborne
feel
and
like
watching the
sometimes they
storytelling be
struggle to
brought up
realize
from
what
Marsborne is
parts of
I've
the
known
map are
Kashmir
important,
now
i.e.
for
T-Con. We'll see if they've kind of
over 10
seen
years,
what
10
the
years
issue
now.
is on that
I
side of
mean,
the map and improved upon it. But even
so
with that
Marsborne,
map control,
Marsborne's sick
do they
to
actually have
see
the
go up in the
explosiveness
ranks.
to count
I'll be
upon it?
honest, I cheer for them all the
I
time.
think that I'd like to see something a little bit more pacey out of
2-0, you think it's going to be a
Just
2-0?
getting 4 or 5 rounds, or 3 or 4 rounds, I think is enough on the T side. If you've got Dia firing on all cylinders, you can use that CT side as a bit of a crutch and run it back. But if that's not the case, this is going to be a very difficult
Keep killing it,
road
Marsborne.
for the getting
This
info
map's going
side, of
OT.
course,
I
to
could feel
outperform the pass,
OT.
which,
You have a weird
mind you,
feeling.
If we do get there, I think that the script immediately flips. I think that's where you could say, yeah, you know, Snav has been very formidable on this map as a caller throughout his career, and this getting info side has got a lot of well-drilled fundamentals.
By the way, I
built
appreciate
upon
all the followers
years
today.
of playing
Welcome in if you
together.
are new to the
But of
Trotta
course,
Trooper.
We have to get there.
We're waiting to
I think
hop
this
in a
is gonna
map
be
too
the
here
biggest test of the
shortly.
series.
In case you missed it earlier, we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, which is a W. And in case you missed it as well, Joel bought me this.
Good point about Dia, right? Like he is this guy on.
It's a 3D
info
printed
that, him being such a strong
play button for 1,000 subs. He already bought it for me, and he gave it to me.
You definitely notice it. And like when they played the last time,
what the hell?
He
So
had the lowest rating. Like he was sitting
W
at
Joel.
6.3.
That's good NRG.
Behind Shane, like everybody else was, well
listening for
above
the
him.
past
Like, he was
hour.
clearly
Oh,
one
let's
of the
go.
worst ranked players
Welcome in,
in that
goats.
server, and then 60 actually took that, a little bit on the top where he was
My
at
prime on
0.54.
Oni
So
pixel.
where we saw 60 playing really well on Ancient, and that might not even
chilling,
be the case
buddy.
here at all. But like you said,
Yes,
the
bro,
T side is
thank
going to
you.
be very interesting for both these teams because
Shout out all the Trotter Troopers. Shout out the NRG fam.
5 rounds would be awesome, but that's where getting info, just even getting more than what they got last
Shout
time.
out NRG as well, dude. Shout out Shaq.
Able to do so. I am
Went Shaq to Trotter Talks, dude?
Because again, this is a bit of a do or die situation a little bit here for getting info, because they absolutely do need to push this to a third. And I agree with you. I do think that if we go to Overpass, this really does turn into a very unique, BO3 in the sense that it really could be, in my opinion, anybody's game. But I'm just going to be curious if Wolfie can put up a bit more of a performance with the op. There's so many questions that I have, but I think we're getting closer and closer to this, and that's what makes it exciting. And honestly, I
Got the music
love that
going,
we're
dude.
seeing the elevated play for Train, just because I feel like it's getting better and better. Like every time I see it, I get more and more excited.
Yeah, I think that Marsborne is definitely a team that have adopted this map quite a bit into their stead, and
let's
they
turn
really
this up a little
impressed
bit.
me
We're
with
back
how
in
they
here.
approach the T-sides, at least the Wolfie-led roster. Now, a 60-led one might
can
still
win
be
this map?
good.
They might be
but
able
we've got a
to.
whole lot of chaos on the other end. It's a burst into this A-bomb site straight away, but Markey gets the first blood.
Gets the first blood. He's going to look for a little bit more. So now these CTs are just racking up the kills, and this T side was looking a little bit scary. How does this happen?
Wait, they're bringing it back?
How does it just turn
2v5?
around like that? I was thinking this round was over. I was kind of already getting ready to say, yeah, getting info. They get it done. They make it look pretty swift. They make it look easy. Now it gets complicated. 60 again puts up this double kill.
Okay.
Wolfie should be able to find this kill. My goodness, he does.
He's just stalling
Bombs
time.
on the other bomb site, and now Wolfie, he's just playing mind games, and DS to burn the time. Oh,
Let's have
this
the
is
kid.
not a good situation at all.
But at the very least, Dia has picked up a kit, picks up a Glock, so the fight is fairly even here. But a ton of sound cues being given over. Dia will continue to just try to see if he can figure out where
No
60
idea.
is,
Wow.
but looking at all of these different angles, he's thinking
Wow.
in the back lanes, he could be in
DK.
Evans, he could be in Brown Halls.
What's good,
60
goat?
was right next to him the whole time. Another huge 1vx.
You're gaming
won by
again
the
tonight?
Captain, and Marsborne flipped the script on a 2v5.
I just can't believe it, because again, this is like 2 for 2 now that we've seen the pistol rounds, right? It was the first map on Ancient, first
Getting
half,
info
like,
tilted around
60's
one.
getting that triple kill. 60 does it again. Like he somehow gets into that bomb
That-
site.
that
He
is a
slips
tilter
through behind
situation, a
enemy
2v5
lines,
to
gets that
lose.
double kill, caught them off guard. They had no idea he was there.
What tier
and
is
it's
this?
all up to him putting up the heroic play.
North
and that's what
American
gained them this,
1.5.
first opening round again.
Global.
So you love to see it, and that's a critical mistake here from getting info, but they
Tier
do put a lot of investment into
2.5.
this. They got the scout, they got the MP9s out. They're going to try to
Tier
see what they can
tier
do with
3
this.
maybe?
Markey
I don't
needs
know.
to
I don't know if
pop
that's
off
actual
onto this, and it's
information. I'm
only a
spitting
one and
right now.
done. But look at how fast the T's just bombard this site. They got 2 CTs on the other side of it. Slump finds a double kill. Is Viz going to be able to read this one?
Throw
as
another
well?
1v1 at the
Dia on
end.
Skin of his teeth, surviving onto this. It's turned into a one-on-one gunfight. I don't know how
Oh,
we got here, and
shit.
it somehow goes in favor for getting info. You've got to be kidding me.
I think Slump had a collateral deal.
Chat, who are you rooting for?
If I'm not mistaken, I think from camera, he was able to find a gap in that smoke. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of a replay perhaps. But I was about to praise this, the popping, beautiful play from Marsborne and the way they were able to cut down distance with those SMGs. But
Getting info, let's go.
all of a sudden,
Mosborne barbecue and
Slump
foot
pulls a rabbit
massage.
out of the hat.
I like it, Joel.
Deathly silent on our first map. Need a lot more out of him here. And
Gathering
This
info.
time it's Shane that's gonna have to come up to bat. A completely underrated anchor here from the back of the blue train.
I've got the
Finds
second.
2 or at least 1.5. But Wolfie with a quick response, a scoop up of the rifle, and this 3v3 retake looks good for the T's.
Yeah, this looks really, really good. And the fact that Wolfie is still putting a lot of pressure onto this, Gonna make it really problematic because if he can actually find the timing through the smoke, he might be able to find an extra kill. But Dia does one even better, and now 60 once again in a multi-kill situation.
He was getting that kill one way or another.
Find it, that would have turned into the 1v1. But you know what? Despite
am I
this
done
round
after this
from
match?
Marsborne, it was really decent. They're still able to get 3 kills.
I'm not
They're able
like
to get that
casting
bomb
after
down,
this, but
getting
like
a little bit of
I'll be
extra cash on
around.
the board here. Not gonna look too bad. Yeah, their money
I
situation
might play
not the greatest.
and like vibe and
3,100,
stuff.
2,500
but-
bucks, not the best. But you know what? Considering what they were working with, really not bad.
This is the only thing. I slept all day. Like I literally
I think
slept
they'll be happy
until
with it. I mean, obviously it was the fourth
half an
spot,
hour
so
before this match. I
they
think
do have
maybe
to take a
40
full
minutes
save
before
here.
this
Getting
match.
the bomb down gives another chance some tech nines.
Passion
maybe.
NA.
But getting info, having a
Yeah,
little
if you
bit
want to play,
more.
I'm down. I'm
gumption
down.
to
I'll
them
be
now.
around. I know
Dia getting off the board.
I got some
Slump
groupages.
activating a little bit more as well.
Your schedule is
Shane
cooked.
with a quick
My
double.
schedule is fucking ass.
And again, as I mentioned before, I think he's a very severely underrated
I just slept for,
anchor
like,
within North America, and
18
so far,
hours
stepping up to the plate, getting a massive double there
today.
to start off the proceedings. If he's limited to only one, a rifle scooped up, who
And
knows? I
ACS
think that
fuels
can
me? It
potentially
does.
spiral out of control very quickly, but
Remember when only gave
not
you
to be the case.
100? That's crazy. It is crazy. I do
And
remember. It
if
only
you
was
get on
like
the
3
CT
days
side,
ago.
You want as many as you could possibly scoop up before Marsborne get their guns out. And
I can't do Fury
get a
Mongols.
couple
I
more
can't
on
do
the
the
board.
the Fissure and Star Ladder matches.
Yeah, it's a decent round because I mean, for getting info, just keeping the 5 alive.
What's
and
good,
just getting these easy
Trottolentinos?
kills,
What's good, Wendy's?
Not bad at all. And now
W
we're talking about a
Wendy's, bro.
3-1.
Wendy's
Again,
coming
that
in
second round
chat,
was
bro.
it's just madness too, right? Because I mean, that should have, again on paper, should have been Marsborne's, but now we're seeing getting info looking a lot better.
Yeah,
on the CT side.
Joel
That's
does
what
the
we were
thing.
kinda
He puts a
talking about
W in
before,
people's
the last
name,
time these guys
but he
played
builds
each other.
it
So
like he
this
has
is kinda
like
the moneymaker. These guys need
problems.
to get as many rounds as possible on the CT side.
he builds it with the
just
slashes.
to kind of
Yeah, there you go.
allow
Yeah,
that extra
Wendy's, bro.
padding of discomfort that's going to be on the T side. But
Hope
now
you're
we're in
also
full
having a
gun
good
round.
day.
This is where this gets a little bit more interesting for 60 to see what he's going to be able to call into this for the group. Some decent Molotovs that's going to try to flush, just on the corner of into the ladder. So this will be, again, just kind of playing it slow, waiting things
It's a
out
good
a
start
little
for
bit.
getting info.
Nothing too antsy, nothing over committed onto this, but look at how fast that we
it's a
see
really good start
Dia's
for
been able to push through this. I can't even believe they get that free real estate. I cannot believe that's how they're going to be able to find this. And now
Flash
she's
bullet,
dead.
4K.
They're able to find a 4K.
One mag. I think that's just one mag of the MP9. The fadeaway double headshot there from Shane. Massive moment there. And I mean, I admire the call from
Congregating
Marsborne to just say,
information.
we've got the snap decision.
When
We've
did
seen
Oni
how far
gift
aggressive
subs?
they are
Oni gifted
off of
subs
Ivy,
like
that they're
3
not
days
pulling
ago.
away. There's two players trying to deal
I was
with that
casting a BC
situation.
game
Let's
matchup and he came
pounce on that
through.
B bomb site, but
I had me tweaking.
despite this,
We love Oni Pixel. Oni Pixel loves
with a
NRG.
massive moment there.
Trust me, I know. Have you seen their social
Completely
medias, dude?
stifles
Come
this
on.
Poppy style to this offense from Marsborne. That now that you don't have that A game going,
Dude,
How does the
Chop
B
wasn't
game
seen.
work?
Chop wasn't seen.
maybe Wolfie can provide some.
Wait,
answers for
just
us.
let him cook
He
then, no?
certainly will. Quick couple of kills from him.
He goes around to
He's
heaven, that's a
causing
free
so
kill.
much commotion in the defensive
free kill.
lines that Chop has walked all the way out, and he's dealt with Shane, the danger man from
Whoa.
the previous rounds. Grizz will rip another head off. And that should be the bounce back here from this T side.
Yeah, that makes just like absolutely no sense. I mean, again, you got to give a lot of credit here for Wolfie because, I kind of noticed it on the mini map. I was like, okay, he actually made it through.
Made the announcement for
T-Con.
their
He was able
cup.
to
Did
kinda
you happen
slip
to see
kind of
dates?
through the smoke. There was a bit of a spam. Like he was,
Liquipedia
you could tell he was
Andes.
kind of looking both directions. He didn't really know.
Liquipedia
but
will have the dates
honestly, the fact that he
for
was
all
able to
4
kinda
cups
slip through
right
there,
now,
really took a
but
bit
they
of
announced the
damage, and
teams.
getting that timing, you saw how fast getting info just reacted to it. They're like, okay, hang on, why is he here? And then everybody turned their attention. Then again,
I got you.
allowing Chop to be
Andy's
right here in
Liquipedia is
that
your best
position
friend, brother.
to get that kill.
Best
and then they
friend.
just bombard the site.
Best friend.
Honestly,
Will always will be.
It just a little bit of microplay, but the fact they took advantage of a situation that probably shouldn't have been there.
HLTV for the stuff that's
beautiful.
currently live.
I
Liquipedia
think
for
even
the
if
stuff
Chop
that's in the
doesn't Get
future.
a kill there. There's still easy burst potential out of that beat bomb
think
site.
who's gonna
60
win
has
this
made
map?
The right read there, 100%.
I don't know. That was a crazy
Now-
play.
Oh, Wolfie got a chance at a flick,
I
but
don't know.
Fizz is there to trade his ex-captain.
That's a
But
good idea
more
for Steam
aggression up
IDs,
from
yeah.
Dia. Still wants to hold on to Ivy for as long as humanly possible, but once again,
Andes,
there's a
I don't know what
player
that
in hell
is,
here.
actually.
Another
I've never even
opportunity
heard of
this
that.
to find some damage, and he absolutely will. Spins around, can't capitalize on slump. A missed shot there, and Sixy actually picks up the AWP.
An A team
We're
would be
gonna continue
awesome.
this chaos throughout this series.
I would just
folks.
buy
This
him
upper
up.
bracket final is one for the books and then some. Chop now trying to contact his way out of Z. Sixy switches back over to the rifle, finds Marky, and now they can encroach upon this A bomb site very swiftly.
They are goated in their own way,
There's
100%.
no lurks brewing or anything. It's just raw duels, and Sixy will keep on winning them.
This is crazy. Like, again,
He's
just the
alive,
fact that they're able to take things so slow, winning these fights, and now Shane might be able to save the day here for getting info. Chop has been a little bit quiet on this one with only 1 kill. Now looking to find his second, maybe. He gets it teed up and nicely done. Op going to be picked up for the reward as well. Again, the fact that they go aggressive, they just park the brakes. You can see that getting info or just fighting for this map control. They've been able to take Ali, what, 2 for 2 now, if not 3 for 3.
Has been looking good.
And then all of a sudden, when it gets
I feel
into
like Fury's
these
a little
mid-late
inconsistent.
rounds, that's when getting info is making a lot of mistakes, and that's where Marsborne, they're capitalizing on it. So this is some really great calling and late round calling from Danny, because that's where it gets really tough. And right now, he's kind of besting against, you know, the CT IGL.
I mean, it's clear that he has a great understanding of the micro of the game and just creating snap decisions as soon as he's got the information.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you typed in CS Goku, bro, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
A lot of guts to do, and look at the beautiful flash there from Sixy. Shane still responds with a quick double in his own regard, so we're still into the 3v3. But again, here you've got the call and response here from the T side. Viz now reclaiming space on this A bomb site, trying to see if he can catch a straggling CT. And even if he isn't, he's getting just so much information as to where the defense is potentially exploiting this map of Train. And now he'll encroach. He spots out Snav. He's able to smoke off camera.
Oh, I would leave this in a heartbeat.
Join hands.
Brother, I don't remember what I ate yesterday. Well, who the fuck do you? How do you think I know what players played on what teams?
Push himself in this kind of an aggressive position. This could create a lot. Grizz is going to be able to just get the running kill. So good positioning now. That smoke's going to allow that extra time for the bomb plant. Now Snav and Slump in a bit of a tight position here. This is going to be difficult to retake on. You have Wolfie that's just posted up in T-Con. This is beautiful. He can't get the shot. He misses it. Oh boy, they need to be able to get this cross fired, and they do. Now they're just going to spray the AKs. They will get it done. I don't think there'll be enough time to pick up the op. I think it's going to be a bit too... Just missed it, but... Look, I mean, this is, okay, we're seeing the riflers playing really, really well. That round, like you said, or that moment on the replay was great because 60 threw some good utility, allowing Chop to be able to get the multi-kills. I'm getting a little bit, if I'm being honest, I'm getting a little bit nervous about Wolfie kind of missing some of these op shots because it does feel like he should have them honestly in the bag, but he's not. So that's where I'm hoping, again, his score's decent, but I'm hoping we're not
I'm gonna be honest, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this too. I feel like majority of oppers on Train alone, I think Train is the most inconsistent opper map.
That chaotic affair happening here in the early round for Marsborne.
Most inconsistent.
He'll nail a shot there off of Ivy, and Grizz will continue to complement that. Shane, though, try as he might, he's trying to pull getting info back into this game, but both of these positions have been noted.
Got some kills.
Shane now bell rung, and he'll be taken down. But yeah, that's the big thing for me is that
am I an A1S or M4 guy?
Capitalize now and get set. It's gonna be a real problem on the defense.
I play pretty aggressive angles nowadays, and because of the change, I normally play A4 unless it's
key point you're talking about,
dependent on the map. Or if I play more of a passive angle.
As well.
But I've been playing A4 more.
I mean, like, historically, like, Train is, like, it still is in this current meta and everything, but, like, historically, you know, the ops were just, like, they make such an impact.
I also deal a lot with brain dead
like,
idiots that run away with my fucking Mac 10s a lot,
they're
so.
utilizing the rifles, honestly, perfectly. Like, they're playing everybody in the right positions, they're getting that good aggression, they're getting the map control needed to win some early duels. Like, the oppers really aren't...
It was so much better, 100%.
Normally can see. So
so
that's
much
where
better.
I'm getting really impressed to see what they're doing on this T side, but it does make me a little bit worried for someone like Wolfie, where
had a scope on it.
Bring a lot of influence to the server, but it's just getting a little bit lacked. Now we're gonna see the inner pop gonna happen. Snav again finds a double, man. can't have enough bullets in the chamber to get it, but Shane's going to be able to find it for him. So these guys lock it down. Shane has been playing a great game. Like, he's sitting at a 12-7. He's just been locking it in.
The NRG info,
Like you
Boomer
said,
Madness
very
shot it.
underrated as an anchor, and he's been
That's
lights
sick.
out. Like, he really has just been performing at this high level, and I feel like he's been kind of a saving grace for these guys.
Yeah,
Oh, the stuff.
absolutely.
Wait, what stuff,
Should
Kazo?
be thanking their lucky stars and then some. Wolfie now thrust into a pretty much impossible clutch.
Oh.
Gets into the smoke
Yeah.
and go the T and the CT, but Snap comes out on top.
You want double
Pick
up?
A secondary that they can utilize.
No,
but,
okay. I was about to say.
Oh, actually, never mind. Rifle pick back up. But we go evens at 5, and I actually really like the call from 60 here to go contacting out the B bomb site. Maybe if you had one flash to boot, that could have been interesting, but they were hoping to get a free kill, and Snap just had the right timing in terms of the rotation back through Z, making sure that Shane has got a Guardian Angel from the back lanes.
No doubt. Some big damage against 60 already, down to 69, so D is just going to post up on the alley.
He missed flash.
Oh, I think the ball flash actually does miss. Yeah, it's a little bit of a blunder. Some noise. They're going to double swing this. Oh, no, the timing, though, it's just a little bit lacked. Grizz at least can get this kill, sure, but it feels like a little bit too late. Marky now finding some activation. He's getting a little bit more aggressive. The 3-on-2 now for the advantage of the CTs. Chop and Grizz, the last two players alive here for Marsborne. And they're kind of split apart from each other, right? I mean, now you have Chop that's kind of just posted up into Pop, right? He's just kind of waiting things out. Now you have Grizz just kind of, again, joining his team. Chop,
Marsborne's money's fuck if they lose
I don't
this
really
round.
think there's any reason for Marky to commit to that swing. Like, I mean, I know he's getting intel, but he overswung that, and this could be costly. This could be dangerous now, and Shane is in the position that he might be able to stunt them again. I don't think they're going to be able to predict this. Grizz,
Yep.
Grizz, you got to look. Oh my goodness, and he does. Now it's just down to Slum, but I can't believe they get away with it. They get away with murder, Paladin.
You know, Marky giveth, Marky certainly taketh away as well. Of course, that is the kill that breaks the round open.
Pushing out already
As
over
soon
to
as
red.
Chop nails his timing there, it's all over. I mean, at that point, you got so many lanes that open up for the
Although
T
if Grizz
side
didn't turn around, that
waltzes
round might have been
through
over.
The back of the red train has got so much positioning
It
to
was
kind
clean.
of look to. And he's got no
Boola.
real time crunch
What's good,
to
goat?
really go through all the progressions. He finds his man very clearly, and Chop can get out safely.
No, six is
Marsborne
amazing
gets
on the
themselves
T
their six.
side.
Now you're seeing some smart late
That's-
round
that's-
protocols
that's
from the
amazing,
chemistry
T
that's
side.
been built on this map for Marsborne. And getting
How you
info
been?
right
I've been
now,
doing good, brother.
scrounging for answers. They're gonna go surging through
How
a
you been?
Molotov.
You
and
got
now
Viz,
Marky
though.
is just left spinning out of this round.
Yeah, big kill. Nicely done from 60, and this like flushes them out. And like you said, we're starting to see some really good teamwork and from Marsborne and getting info. Like I do like that they were trying to, you know, fight for the holes control. They were trying to do something a little bit different, but I don't know if it's a little bit too late, right? It kind of felt like they were just pushing
Happy to see
alley,
you
and
again.
that
Happy
kind
to
of
hear
felt
you're
like
doing
that was
good.
the only thing, right? We didn't really see them pushing all the time. I'm not saying you have to as a CT, but when you have some of these different aggressions and trying to fight for some real estate, that's a good thing to do. And now Slum gets a little bit of intel, but Snav's going to go down quickly. And then now they know a player's there. 60 is just single-handedly putting this round into his hands again. He has now been able to find 4 kills, and he's created all the space in the world. And it's down to one player only. It is Shane. He's by himself in a situation of a 1-on-4. He has to do the impossible.
He's
He has a
goated.
smoke. He is an MP9. He doesn't have much to work with. Flash is coming in. A
Shout
smoke's
out
going to
Amp.
block
Oh,
it
that's
off.
sick endies.
Primed up, ready to maybe hit this home run, and Shane now realizing, what do? I have nothing to work with. I have an M4. I'm trying to see what I can gamble, but his position is the worst. 60 should be able to get the job done, and this could be a 7-5, and indeed it will. 60 will be able to find himself that ace. We're going to take the break as we get ready for the second half.
Wow.
Through this chaos of train.
I think we might need a nerf Diet Coke at this point. I feel like it's maybe a little too buffed. It would have to. No, shout out you, NRG. Shout out all the teams in NA. Like for real. I feel like we've slowly been getting more recognition recently. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. I'll be honest and I'll say that. This has been a great series so far. I'm surprised it's not I don't want to say closer, it's not over yet, but I am surprised with how well Marsborne is doing right now, especially already on second game. This has been a good series though. Trying it. Don Dotto. What's good, OG? Plays train like complexity. Reason. Yeah, no, they're playing really fucking good. They're playing really good. I don't know if I've seen a Marsborne train this strong in a minute. This looks really nice, especially starting on the T side of thing. I will say that. I will say that. I mean, they got 60. All they need is floppy. It's GDs. I don't know, dude. Until Marsborne starts to hiccup more, I don't know if roster changes right now would be helpful for them though, right? Like, I mean, more roster changes definitely could happen. Chat, I am gonna do a minute ad here while we still got downtime. I can't even do a minute ad on the half, so no ad on the half, chat. Normally he yells at me. Today it's not yelling at me. I like it. I mean, 60 before his time on Cole was great. After his time on Cole, exactly, knowledge helpful, kind of getting his name out there. Like the Cole pickup was a great opportunity for 60 to help get more exposure and more play style, not only within NA, like towards the absolute top, but also global reach, and then kind of being brought to a different team and kind of now being towards the top of the line, if not the top of the line on the team. I think it's good for him. Whoever picks up No Cries will win the major. I'm still waiting to hear if No Cries is going to one of the frag events coming up. Someone said it was true. I know that Ethan made the post and I commented, but I think System said something about someone else picking up or something. Or someone in chat said. I think it was System. I think it was System that said that. I don't think I'm that delusional. Right? No longer going to that frag. Wait, what? But he was.
Well, it was a 7-5 in the first map. It looks like we're going that same path here. It was Marsborne is able to get themselves a buffer and showed us a very impressive T side. Now the question is, can they
come up in Miami?
Can they be able to, shine bright here on the CT side and get this thing done in a 2-0 Paladin? It feels like it could be.
They're gonna need a lot in terms of this offensive half as far as getting info is concerned. And it starts with the pistol. They get into the A bomb site. There's nobody to greet them. Everybody falls away.
Yo.
And now they encircle the outer yard.
Old Akimbo.
Chop comes in alongside Grizz to clear out T-Con. Snav is here to greet them.
I don't know what that is.
Shot through, but no collection. Finally, the kills start coming every which way. Wolfie with 2 on the dual Berettas. Can't connect long range. It thrusts Grizz into a 1-on-2. And he's got both these players pinned to where he used to be. He finds Slump and cannot find Shane. More impact here from your most supportive element, shining bright on the offensive pistol.
Huge pistol round for getting info to win too.
Info, that's gonna feel pretty good though, right? I mean, it came down to the 1v1 essentially, and yeah, it was a bit of a scrappy round, but nonetheless, like, they get the bomb, they get the round, now they got themselves some good guns, but my goodness, that could have gone. I was kind of thinking if Grizz had that extra, half a second, he could have repositioned, made things a little bit more interesting. But nonetheless, playing the double buddy system, really nice here from getting info.
Bring me the pistol,
now this
baby.
is important because Marsborne have put a lot of investment into this. Big force. They're going to put double players into Alley. They're actually going to try to swing onto Marquis, but he's going to get the better of one. Now he's still hunting for more. You can see he's doing everything in his abilities, but this is just looking bad and worse as we move on. Getting info,
keep it going.
And they've only taken a bit of
I'd be down for a map 3
this round, which is a bit surprising.
Marsborne's probably like, draw to fuck off, but hey, dude.
I mean, I do think.
Wait, I'm learning a smoke. Okay, where does that go? Okay, third post. Smoke comes in.
Scenario, these
wait,
lines
wait, hold on, Chad. Don't do that smoke. Where did that fucking land?
Make work in real time.
Is that even on the map?
clearly can see some growing pains in Marsborne and how they want to approach the CT side here.
Wait, Chad, don't look at that one. Forget that. Forget that. It's on the roof, Chad.
He will go down and leaves it off the Chop, and I thought a shoulder was spotted, but Chop will at least find one. That's another dink and a kill on a Snav, so nice little bit of money being racked up here for Wolfie, and nearly had a third on his plate.
Clean.
But Getting Info will equalize here, and they should be able to slightly take the lead as there is a full eco on board in round number 15.
Yeah, still really good efforts from Chop, though, because like you said, if he would have been able to find that triple kill, yeah, probably not going to be the round. But again, just that extra money really would have been a nice little bit of a buffer because he's sitting at $3,700. So not bad at all. This is obviously going to be a very much a big save here for these guys. But, you know, Getting Info, they've been able to do better than what they did last time. They're now got themselves 2 rounds on the T side. This is starting to look a little bit better. Now the question is, can they handle this a little bit of aggression? The CTs are pushing T-Con. They're trying to get this control, and I can't believe it. There's still 2 alive on this.
Oh,
players is low.
That might.
Now it's just down to Chop by himself here with you know, just a limited pistol. But man, if Snap overpeaks this by himself and Chop finds him, we're talking about a 1v1 where I never thought we would be here.
This complete freeze from Getting Info allows Chop to remaneuver. I think he's considering that it's a B play.
Wait, hold! This is so much noise. This is so much noise. Oh, he's not seen. He's not seen. He's not seen.
Absolutely has the bomb, and he's.
Oh no! Chop
Cost him dearly. Oh,
no way.
Around in the palm of his
hand.
Through those fingers.
You're right. No shot.
Oh, man, that is the worst feeling, right? Like, that's what we talk about. Look at, he just misses it, man. If he would have been able to get that, it would have been a free AK. And then Snav, like I said,
it was 1 HP.
Like, the round would have just flipped completely, where the odds would have been like heavily in favor for him. Oh, it just sucks.
Yeah, look, that was a great round, or start to the round.
The worst feeling in the world, but look, still a very good round from Marsborne. They do.
Chad, no one tell him that he was 46. No one tell him the health on the rest of that round.
But now we get into it. Now this is the meat and gravy. This is the guns are out, the op is out. T-Con is grabbed up here from the CT side, and they're gonna be able to back off of this a little bit.
This thing's so fucking clean, bro. I want one of these.
Good map control out of this situation, and Getting Info. They now need to get some info because right now it's been Marsborne doing it.
Very close up to T-Con, go Getting Info. I think they want to accelerate if they at least find something. That smoke will delay things, at least temporarily. All of a sudden, there's a complete slowdown. And again, just no T-Con control or re-clearing out from Getting Info means that they're going to have to burn a lot of time out of the clock to actually claim this part of the map once again. 55 seconds left on the clock, and now that smoke's faded, they're thinking about it. So they molly deep, and now they're thinking about bursting through. E-Box is now cleared up for the T side, and they've got a real clear avenue here.
Chat, lemonade or pink lemonade?
Another smoke back up onto the E-Box.
Or strawberry lemonade.
Back into Pop Dog, and
because I think there is a difference.
There's a 35-second timer on their heads right now, and they're going to eventually have to go straight gray screen through these. Or they're going to have 10 seconds left on the clock
raspberry
to get this
lemonade.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate this. Like, I absolutely hate this for Getting Info. Like, they're waiting way too long.
Lemonade.
You're talking 20 seconds.
I'm a strawberry lemonade enjoyer.
They have to make
mango.
The CTs are in such a better position for this. Smoke gonna get thrown. They are gonna be able to find these kills.
What's
they're
Grizz
loading
doing?
the kill feed.
Grizz was just on site with a knife
How
out.
they get away with this with 1 player remaining? 8 seconds now on the clock. They have to force the plant. And 60 trying to wait things out. I thought he was gonna be able to find the timing, but he gets the one. Limited bullets in the chamber. He has to go for the reload.
Yeah.
This is awkward. This is weird, and I don't understand how Getting Info find this.
Yeah, mango does sound good because like the acidicness and the smooth, like ooh.
Yeah, that feels like a vintage Marsborne.
See, chat, this is why I gotta ask you guys these questions, bro, because you guys like fuel my thought.
But they can't actually get it over the line. Viz has an opportunity in dealing with the T-Con pressure and isn't able to actually win that head-to-head on Marky, and all of a sudden that opens the floodgates for the players out in C to get out for free. Because if Marky goes down, that's where Viz can slide back through and deal with another prong of that Z attack, and you've got a completely different round altogether. But it doesn't happen. Getting Info live to tell the tale, and they are clawing their way through this game. because, you know, I don't necessarily think it's going to be the prettiest version of themselves if they want to actually win this game. But at the end of the day, if they can get overpass, I think they'll be very happy for themselves.
I always consider them KQ.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, this is now really just kind of turning around it a little bit in the sense that, you know, it felt like, you know, the 7-5 was a really good T side from Marsborne. This thing is now kind of flipped in the sense that, you know, getting info.
Yeah, no, I think that 60 is a perfect fit for
I was
Marsborne.
kind of expecting there.
Who's used for see another
already a big
kind of
improvement. Some of these
addition
rounds have
down
been
the
very
line going
close.
towards
Like,
them.
we'll
I think it
obviously
could
won't
happen as well.
discredit that, but it feels like Marsborne kind of not playing the same
Yeah,
way
60
we
does
saw
have new
Ancient,
PC
obviously, where
parts.
A lot of, you know, individuals were getting their big moments to shine. Obviously not the same case here. It's a little bit different. 60 still putting up a really good performance right now with that 18 and 12, but right now for getting info, it does kind of feel like they are playing a lot more slow. They're giving a ton of respect into the server, which is I feel like kind of surprising for me, just kind of given that we know a lot of these players and how they typically like to play.
You
but
didn't.
I mean, look, it's starting to work for them, so it is impressive to see, because I was really worried for what we were going to see on the T side, but it's good to see there's some big improvements. Like, they are starting to look better. I didn't love that late execution, I'm going to be honest, but at least it worked. They were able to make that cleaned up pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. Tough situation now for Dia to have to go through a tech pause. Now that you're getting momentum in your favor, you feel like you're figuring things out as a team a little bit better. But now they've got to stew in it for a little bit longer. Hope this is a quick one. But Marsborne will not have the guns to necessarily bounce back in this round here, but there is still a lot of potency in MP9s and in 5.7s in a map like Train. There are some close range angles. You know, you think about the box next to Pop Dog, you think about back red, you think about close range on the Brown Halls angle.
That's good, Slav. Shout out to Energy for having the most pro NACS Twitter ever, dude. Shout out social media intern over there, dude.
One kill, figure everything out.
He's killing it.
And stew on it. They've got to find one kill and immediately capitalize and make that two.
Shout out to all the interns.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of the other thing too when we talk about, you know, some of the tech issues, because obviously it's
shout out
on the other
Unpaid
side for getting info, which is a little bit always a little bit tilting and frustrating as well. But it does look like players are kind of loading back up, so I'm hoping.
What's the
this will
Philly
be
frag
very
venue
quick,
like?
you
Good
said,
for
but
spectators, is
this
the
does
same as
kinda give
Knoxville.
that little bit of breathing
So
room
from
for
what I heard,
Marsborne
it's
again, just to kind of
better.
go, okay, look, like, we gotta. You know, 60 has a couple
I
more,
haven't
you know,
been
minutes
to a
just figure out,
Fragadelphia
okay,
since
how am I gonna call this? What do we
2018.
want to do differently? We have seen some really good rounds where there was a lot
So-
of investment. They were almost able to get
And
rounds
I
in their
forget
favor.
where
So
that was. I don't know if
that's
it
what I
was
kinda
even the
saying
same
is that,
venue,
you
but
know,
it was in
with
Philly.
getting
It was
info,
Frag
finding
18.
these 4 rounds in their favor.
So-
It has been a bit grueling though, right? Like, it hasn't been easy for getting info, but they are getting the round wins at the end of the day, which matters the most. But now MP9's up. The 5.7's up.
It's in a good part of
investment
Philly?
into this.
Okay, word.
Now I'm kind of curious.
My
what do we
my
see? Do we see that aggression in
Airbnb
again?
is
Do we
like
see them go for that
less, a
T-con
little less
control
than
that
half a mile
almost grab
away,
them around?
like 0.4
Or do they
miles.
just kind of play true to the default and
So I
just
can
see if
actually
they
like
can
walk
kinda,
over.
again, outposition and maneuver?
Let's check it out.
Sure, I hope I can
Aggressive
walk
here
over.
with 60's MP9 through Pop.
You guys still remember the
essentially
NRG
crunching a
rebrand
Brown
in
Halls here and find
2019?
there's
Brother, I
literally
remember
hope.
when NRG first announced
is
with their old
huge
pink and white
news
logo and announcing BioSteel as a
For
sponsor.
Marsborne. But on the flip side, Shane's also heard all these footsteps.
Yeah.
But 60
Oh, I
wants to
remember.
continue this aggression. He's going to continue to jiggle
Running
out.
Terminal
Shane's
Market,
still got
awesome
this
food.
range
Writing
advantage,
this
and
down.
I like that he's backing away up
Writing
here and
this down.
still having his gun out. He understands that Shane is around the corner, and he's still just so keen on taking this duel. Eventually, Viz actually bounds back in through the back lines, and I don't think Shane's aware of how close Viz could possibly be in this situation. While all this is happening, though, as Shane disassembles, it's a walk in.
I'm writing this out.
From the rest of getting info up through the
Legit
IV
has
side.
everything?
Grizz with this
I think that's
5.7 is
like,
going to have
backup
to
and
go
mass.
huge,
It's like,
and Dia is
like,
actually looking to be the first player to give
Faneuil
that
Hall
sort of
type shit.
contact. So 5.7s here can get real dangerous, but Markey finds the entry, and that should
That's
be
clean round.
the straw that breaks the camel's back, and it absolutely will. Markey, Shane, they all chime in. Yes, there's a TK in there, but we'll ignore that. It's just Viz left up in this one, and double digits surely secured here
I'll be
for the
there.
T side.
I'll see you there.
Yeah, it should be.
I'm
Obviously,
excited to
opportunity here
meet
for the double
like
digits, like you said,
everyone. I feel
unless,
like at the major
you know,
I
again, the
couldn't.
HP's pretty low
Not
for
everyone
Marky,
was
but
either
yeah,
there.
they
A
had
lot of
really
people
good
were
read
like
on it.
already
They
like
were
left, like
investigating. They were
players
able to figure
and
that
staff
case
wise. So
very quickly. So now 10-7 is going to be
I'm
secured.
excited for Philly to actually
You know,
like, meet
I did
everyone.
like that play in the hallway. I thought that was good.
See some
Like you
new
said, Viz
rebranding,
was
maybe
trying
not in
to again use
2026.
the distraction of his teammate to get himself in that stronger position, but there was a lot of pressure for Grizz like that in that kind of a spot with only a 5-7. I just felt like that was maybe a bit of a misplay in my opinion. I feel like one of the MP9s would have been way better because that could have been an opportunity where you're playing up close. You might be able to get the quick fire rate and putting yourself in a better advantage, but that's a lot of pressure. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out. Now everything's kind of on the table here. This is where Marsborne absolutely need to be able to find this. They got to put something back in their favor. That's some good damage onto Snav. So Viz is going to be able to get a little bit of revenge onto this and now put themselves in a prime position for the 5-on-4. And that's the bomb, exactly.
Oh shit.
So not only does Viz get himself T-Con control, but he's got the bomb in his sights as well. I'm surprised that there is no secondary player here to deal with holding on to this. And it's very interesting.
You're talking about since the turn of the half?
They have the bomb.
The issue
Like,
is since then, Marsborne outside of this rifle round, they only had one more to technically try to win a full buy.
You've got to get the bomb at some. You've got to get the bomb at some point. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm completely wrong.
I was like, I don't think you dropped the bomb.
That's why, because
It did look like it. It did look like it, though. I'm going to be honest.
Oh my goodness, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been crazy. Like I would have been like, "There's absolutely no way," and they were being so calm about it too. Yeah, thank you, production, for sure. Because I was like,
shout out Interloper.
All the viewers down that road for another 30 seconds.
I was thinking the same thing, man. I'm like, what are they doing? Like they don't even look like they're sweating about that. Like this is so weird. And then I was like, oh,
I can't blame them. I've done that. Well, I've done that too many times.
But I will say, the T-Con control is still very important. It allows for a two-player lean here. It allows for this flank to potentially
+1 on energy.
And they're getting this information. There's 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh,
goes through and it hits 2. 60 then chimes in with the A1S. He's found 3 in the round. It leaves it all up to Marky.
10 seconds though.
And you don't necessarily count on 60 to be this huge anchor per se. And Chomp is just going to close it out. Beautiful work there from the captain. And I still think that, yes, you know, Snav dying there early, bomb or no bomb, is still a massive blow to getting info and allowing for Marsborne to have a third rotation.
Double HE into a third kill.
Like, you know, it's still a very important piece because we're seeing that they're getting aggressive. They're fighting for that map control. They're making things more problematic here on that T side. Like when you're still putting a lot of pressure onto one aspect of the map, that's where they have to make a decision. Okay, do we want to clear this back out? Do we want to fight for it? Do we ignore it? That does put a lot of, you know, wrench in the gears, right? It really does kind of mess things up. So I love that play. That was a very quick duel. That was very, very important. So even though it wasn't the bomb carrier, like you and I were both kind of, you know, going nuts about, it still brought a lot of impact into this. Nade going to be able to find a nice
Halo 1
as well. So Snav, he didn't even see anybody. He's caught with a PC utility. Wolfie in a prime position here.
Old school
Posted up, should be able to find it. Spots the barrel, does get that shot. Now he needs his teammates to be able to help him out. And Grizz, who other than Grizz, to be able to find that secondary kill that has put them in this 4-on-2. This is not a good position right now for getting info because they don't have a lot of intel. They have 2 players on the opposite sides of each other. 60 reads them like a book, and look at how quickly they are able to retaliate back into this with a 1-round differential.
Ever play RuneScape? I never got into RuneScape. I never got into it. Back in the day, Halo was my shit though. I used to play Halo all the time, and then I don't know, the new Halo is kind of buns. Sorry, Interloper, if you enjoy it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but not appreciated this season. Has been so. Astrotronics 100%, 110%. Covering all of the NA stuff can be brutal, and not everything's even covered on HLTV, which is like I can't fully blame them. There's just been a lot as well on HLTV that they're covering.
This feels like one of those situations where, yes, you know, getting info got to this point, but at the end of the day,
Joel, could you pin? Could you grab Interloper's Twitter and could you just pin it?
Firmly in the favor of the CT side. They've got all the bells and whistles in terms of the utility. It just feels like they're getting those right reads. The chemistry is.
How long have I been playing CS? My first time playing CS was like 2014, or 2014 was the first time I like started
now they're just gonna drop
CS:GO.
This is, you know, Chop's gonna be a little bit careful, right? Because again, okay, I was gonna say, like, this is where they're close. You know, I know they're Glocks and, you know, some light pistols, whatever, but that's where things can get a little bit scary. But look, losing only one person, really quick, easy retake, not bad at all. Bomb does go down, so that's actually quite nice for getting info. Just a little bit of extra cash to go in their pocket, but man, right back into this game of a 10 and 10. So
yeah,
it was like, again, like
also
it was
all
a
the Challenger
7-5
Cups.
first half. It was, you know, essentially
Then around
getting
the
info
corner
that
we have
were able to
more
get themselves,
cups coming up. We have
like,
NACCT, we have
I almost want to say 5 rounds in a row,
Oktoberfest,
essentially.
DreamHack coming
And then
up,
now we're starting to see Marsborne,
Dust
you know,
Eagle
rise from the
Masters.
ashes.
NA
They're starting to look
is
like that,
actually
you know, really
very,
good defensive
very
team on this
healthy
map.
right now.
Now they're kind of getting back into the swing of things, and this thing is a
Chat, if you guys
dead
haven't
game.
already
And
followed
with that extra
Interloper
little
on
bit of ball
Twitter,
money,
there's
that's gonna allow the
there's a
guns to come
pinned
out. It's
pinned
gonna be
message
5
in
AKs
chat.
though, Paladin. This
If you guys want to
this
keep
is a
up to
little
date
bit
with what's
interesting from
going on,
getting
kind of
info. I
within
like
the
that they're gonna try to
NACS
mix
world,
things up. They're not just going to rely on Dia to all.
he covers it. He covers a lot of it. Whether it's on HLTV, whether there's somewhere to watch it, whether there's someone to just you need an updater for, he covers literally majority of it from what I see.
With the bomb, Flash is
The higher
Marky
end
as well,
stuff.
So they've got an opening 5v3. They want to extend off of this though into this A bomb site, but Chop finds one, Grizz cuts down another, and another headshot found for this AK-47. Snav trying to dig him out of this hole, but he takes so much damage and gives
7
time
HP.
for Chop to go bounding through
Oh,
this smoke that it leaves it all up to the captain, and Nade chips him down even further, just 4 HP. A switch over to the USP, and 11, a lead reclaimed for Marsborne.
Brain dead takes.
As getting info slowly.
Hey, I
feels like
appreciate
being
some of
left in
those
the
takes.
dust.
You know what?
Really does. And again,
I
like,
appreciate
this is the
it.
thing that I've always said about Grizz, man. Like, he was kind of this guy that we talk. I think you and I have both talked about, like, a young prospect. We always said that, you know, it was
That's
waiting
Twitter.
for a moment to get onto a really good team.
It's Twitter, and
I
you're a
feel like he
human
could bring a lot of
posting
impact.
things that you
round
believe in.
there,
That's
again,
that's
he
welcome
was
to
able
Twitter.
save his team. He was able to save their butts, right? I mean, he was able to find that first kill, able to find the second kill, buying enough time versus teammates again to get the rotates and getting there a little bit quicker. So he played the most impactful way he could have, and now has put them on the brink.
These have just
of
got turned away right now for
finding this 12th round. Which again, it was looking like getting info had it in the bag. It felt like getting info was in the best position to getting this map, to pushing it to a 3-mapper. So now we're starting to see, again, all these players from Marsborne getting a second win and playing their true game, which has been such a sight to behold.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's the worst fucking map for Oppers. It sucks ass.
Is really starting to get a little bit more pep in his step.
This is the #1 map. You have to switch where you're playing almost every round.
The recovery of the
If you want to be most utilized, yeah, like you could stay like IV the whole map. The issue is like the second they realize that's what you're doing, they'll just avoid you and like
chance to get a break.
You need to swap. You need to play aggro. You need to play passive. You need to like lock down certain things. You need to play the unfavorable positions. The issue is like 9 times out of 10 because of that you're gonna also then die. So it's like where do you truly want to play? Where do you truly feel it fits the best?
I mean, this is all the eggs in the basket here.
These already crossed out actually of main.
Find something big. Wolfie's been able to push through. Oh my gosh! All these nades, all the flashes. Everybody's blind, and it looks like it pans out nicely here for the T's.
Situation like that, playing ahead of the smoke right there. 60 no trade.
Again, costly. 60 gonna let them run by. He gets away with 1 kill, but it's nothing really much to brag about. And now Grizz needing to find himself this triple kill to get themselves done.
Oh yeah, if you don't hit the first shot because you're standing in the wide open, like right there from Wolfie, you're fucked.
They know exactly where he is. He's been spotted. I mean, this is now a decision. Does he just want to save this? Does he want to try to commit to maybe a little bit of a clutch
12,
maybe
10?
scenario?
12-11, sorry.
He's got the $7,300. They have the cash, so really, there's no reason he shouldn't try to go for this. He may as well. Indeed, he's going to try. He's got the M4, full bullet, or full chamber of bullets, and now he's just trying to see what he's going to be able to find in these duels. But it's going to be Dia to just put up a massive barricade, and now it's a 1-round differential here, Paladin, and this is begging the question of maybe this isn't over yet.
Maybe. Couple more twists in this tale, perhaps. And again, a 5-rifle situation here for getting info. They don't want to opt in for that AWP whatsoever. And Dia's been perfectly serviceable on this rifle. It feels like the trades can be a little bit more snappier. And instantly, smoke's being dropped outside of T-Con. Perhaps a little bit pacier in terms of the execution, or maybe even a fake. As
I
they
know,
try to
round
take
24
Brown Hall's
going down.
control over here on the B
OT
side
or
of the
no
map.
T type shit.
But nothing really unorthodox from Marsborne, allowing Getting Info to set the tempo here on the offense.
I still hate the new util sound. I think it's terrible, but you know, it's grown on me. Because I can't really hate it that much, or else I'll just be pissed off every single day.
They've kind of
Listen
just
to it.
clustered into this brown hole too. So this does make me a little bit worried in some aspect of this, right? Because again,
No, that's Deepest. That's your
quiet as a
job.
mouse, burning the
The
clock.
chair is nervous.
They're making me mulled before. They're making me stressed
Chair
before.
always
And I don't know if
nervous.
they're going to try to do it again, where they run this thing right
OG
down to the
CS:GO
last
sounds?
remaining 12 seconds. I think they went for it. A nice little bit of an off angle here from Chop.
I like
He's got the
CS:GO.
util
Although I
ready, so
like
that's
the
gonna
visual,
allow, you know, for
in
60 to at least get
CS2 so
himself a
much better.
reposition.
That's like my number one
Seems
reason
like
I
they
like
have a decent
CS2.
read on this. They got
Also, the
double
fact that
player
they
into
actually
this.
have like good settings in this game, and not
You
everything's
see
through
that
like
Marsborne
console,
are kinda
basically.
just waiting things out. They're not trying to be antsy
Which
on
it's
this
helpful
product.
for
Not at all.
for
but
casuals as
Chop will
well.
eventually spot this slump, just waiting for the go signal. And yeah, there's a little bit of utility being tossed in. Molly threw onto the Brown Hall side, but it's not deep enough. It leaves 60 left out to dry, and the flash hits him square in the face. There's still an opportunity.
Chop did get
here with
slumped,
Chop
though.
lying in the back lanes, but Markey will trade once more. A man advantage situation as the bomb hits the dirt. And this one feels like overtime, potentially, unless Visit
He is
Grease
1
can
HP.
rip it back into their favor.
1 HP.
3v2 all of a sudden. Dia on one singular point of health in a 1-on-2 for the upper bracket dreams to stay alive.
Wolfie throw a
Bomb
flash.
stuck in the back of the site. There's still an opportunity, and Dia can't bite on that. He can't bite at all. And finally, the stick comes through. The guarding is there, but the bomb is not defused.
Wait.
There is still a kit up, and I think there should just be enough time. And at the nick of time, Marsborne will close it out 13-11. And they will march on to the grand finals here in NA Cup number 2 for ECL season 50.
GG Marsborne.
All the way to that kind of like last remaining seconds.
Okay.
And I was thinking this thing was going to be going to overtime, but you got to give it to Getting Info. I mean, honestly, it didn't go their way.
Marsborne barbecue and foot
I
massage.
was kind of questioning, like, I felt like this was going to be an easy wrap. I thought this was going to just be full dominance here for Marsborne, but they got tested. There was a lot of adversity for both these teams. It was a big back and forth encounter, but look, it was still, at the end of the day, Marsborne able to show some, championship.
Good stuff, Mars. Congrats, Marsborne, for making another grand final. What is it, this week?
Getting Info, despite what we saw in the past of these two teams,
Code 60's new computer.
It did look better. It felt like this T side. There was
Is
a lot more
this
pieces that were kind of
was that
fitting the puzzle.
that
There
was
a lot
last
more
weekend, right? Or this
connection
weekend?
time,
No, that was
which
last weekend.
I honestly love to see. despite
Back
they
to back
took that
weekends
loss.
and grands.
Yeah, I definitely think they've turned a corner in some senses, but man, I'm just so happy to see the turnaround from Marsborne in terms of the culture, in terms of finding responses in clutch situations. It felt like they had the right answers in those 1vx's, and 60 leading the way from a
You know what? I'm happy that Getting Info put up more of a fight map too. I'll say that. Their map 1, it struggled. It struggled a lot.
Handed win here for Marsborne.
Map 2 though,
one of those statement wins that showcases the proof
a lot
of
better.
concept that this
I was kind of
Marsborne
looking
squad
forward
can
to a map
have,
3
and I hope
because
that they
like
can continue to build upon this and learn.
This was my only
to
series I
potentially
actually
slow the
casted
game
today,
down,
so
to complement 60's faster-paced offensive calls.
it is
But
what it is.
of course, it's going to be a while until we really feel that solidification, because he's only been on this team for like 6 or 7 days.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing, right? And that's where we were kind of like really highlighting a lot about the exciting aspects of like what Marsborne's doing and all the changes they're doing, and that's kind of bringing up this bracket. And I appreciate that production brought it up right here and right now, because again, it's been such an interesting path that we saw that Marsborne was able to go through. They were able to beat like a team like Blue Jays. They were able to beat like quite a few different competition, and that's the same thing for Getting Info. Like they had to beat Wildcard, they had to beat Mythic, they had to beat all these other teams that were quite decent in the region. So that's where I felt like it was such a unique matchup.
So now Getting Info
like
wild
a
card
little bit of that
rematch
arc, maybe that little bit of
rematch
a rematch and the grueling aspect of it. But I'm impressed to see what again, the improvements of Getting Info, but also
and the winner of that plays
Marsborne
Marsborne in grands,
because we talked so much about him being in complexity in that tier 1 experience, where it was a bit of an up and down, and we didn't really know if it was going to work out or not. And he had some bad performances, some great performances, but now it really does just feel like he's kind of getting into his groove, and he put up a monstrous performance, you know, in this entire thing, in this entire best of 3, I should say, which you just love to see, right? Any NA fan is a huge 60 fan, because when he
Wait,
gets,
who did
you know,
lag
when he
beat
gets
right
moving,
there
man,
in bracket?
he's moving and he is fragging.
Absolutely, but that'll do it here. We've got one more game tomorrow in
Yellow
the lower
Joel.
bracket final. That would be
Lag beat to
Wildcard
play Blue
taking
Jays in lower
on getting
bracket.
in for losers of today's upper bracket final.
Oh, Wanted
And the
Goons, but
winner of
Wanted
that
Goons
goes
logo
on
wasn't there.
to play
Oh
the
yeah, they
grand
posted that on
against
Twitter too.
Marsborne. A
which is
chance
weird.
to advance to the ECL Season of 50 NA Finals. But of course, as far as this broadcast is concerned, we're all done and dusted. We hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Paladin. I've been joined by Laz, and we'll see you for that consolidation final tomorrow.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Do I have a face
Bored of
cam?
endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL.
I'm gonna click this.
Experiencing
I don't-
real
yeah,
strategies
no.
against teams of your skill.
Ah.
Learn more at fce.gg.
Got all my shit is broken.
ESL.
I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gonna go vibe out. I'll let you guys know inside here. I can turn this down a little bit so I'm not just screaming. Chat, I am gonna be heading out of here. I don't know my schedule yet for tomorrow. I might have an opportunity to do something different outside of Counter-Strike for a bit tomorrow night, so I might be doing that. But that's what I know. That's what I know. But 07 chat. In case you aren't already in the Discord, !Discord. I'll post my schedule up in there. But that's gonna be it for me right now, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So yeah. Peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you, NRG. Thank you, everyone in chat. Have a good game, sleep, food, whatever you're doing. I'm probably gonna eat, play some games. I don't know if I'll sleep yet, but yeah. How about you guys? Boys are waiting. Me? I'll let you know, Deepest. I'll let you know. There's yeah.
Thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, was king natural. I've been tested so much.
I'll be waiting.
All these
All right,
different
Deepest.
situations that
All right.
I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep
We gotta play Prem soon, man. I'm down. I've been having a little bit more time with a little slow pieces in between the Challengers Cups to be able to play a little bit more. I will let you guys know though. But thank you again, chat. Appreciate all the follows, subs, and everything today. And yet again, we hit 1,000 on YouTube. Shout out Joel again. Well, one more time, this will be hung up as well. 1,000 plaque, not a real thing, but you know what, Joel? This is the best thing ever. So, I love you guys.